I'm with shits. I'm with shits. I'm with shits. I'm with shits. I view my adversary through a microscope as a small thing. They wax fat, we ballin'. Babylon keep falling. By all means, these saltines is cracker dust. Esau won't respawn, they the soul people we have to crush. They shackled us, we out the cuffs. It's your turn to slow burn till after dusk. My Caucasian plantation, those reparations won't amount to much. That blonde hair with them blue eyes and that pig flesh won't hassle us. Shawty hollering that hee-haw, cause that gluteus on Maximus. My whip drip on 100 thighs. We gunning down, you runaways. They from the cave, not underpaid. I'm Munga slave, just for fun, play Hunger Games. Put you in the front like you running things. Uriah, any back talk, you kiss the asphalt and I sing it to the Messiah. You'll be auctioned off with the shipping costs. I'll purchase some good diaper. Bought my Donald Trump and my Richard Nixon. I'm Willie Lynch incarnate. Keep a short leash on you varmint. String you up if you brave-hearted. Only thing red, white, and blue will be your remains washed off of my garment. I'm with shits like Willie Lynch, I wanna see him hang. I'm with shits like Willie Lynch, I wanna see him hang. I'm with shits like Willie Lynch, I wanna see him hang. I'm with shits like Willie Lynch, I wanna see him hang, ayy.
Went from riding on the boat to hanging on oak. God hate these white folks, you can say what you want. This ain't a joke, I ain't laugh at shit. They gon' make it to the kingdom, yeah, with shackled wrists. Yeah. Put they ass in chains with a yoke of iron. Whip hit his back, sound like I opened fire. I ain't gon' lie, I wanna see him suffer. Can't escape cause under the sun, a place of judgment. Yeah, I got a perpetual hatred. They scared of replacement theory cause they destined for slavery. Yeah. You gotta hear this, the patience of the saints. Hell yeah. Many prophets desired to see that day. UPK, we gon' take the kingdom. He don't deal with other nations, he gon' plead with heathens. I ain't gon' stop until I see him in the cotton field. Yeah. Ain't no other option, I'ma die real.
I'm with shits like Willie Lynch, I wanna see him hang. I'm with shits like Willie Lynch, I wanna see him hang. I'm with shits like Willie Lynch, I wanna see him hang. I'm with shits like Willie Lynch, I wanna see him hang. Ay. I'm with shits like Willie Lynch, I wanna see him hang. I'm with shits like Willie Lynch, I wanna see him hang. I'm with shits like Willie Lynch, I wanna see him hang. I'm with shits like Willie Lynch, I wanna see him hang. Ay.
Israel, the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge, under commanding General Yohana, presents the Lord's 55th Annual Passover. That's right, the Lord's 55th Annual Passover is rapidly approaching. Commanding General Yohana is calling for all blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans to remember what the Lord did for us by saving us from our oppressors and choosing us to be a special people unto Him, the real Jews and Israelites. Passover will be held in Durham, North Carolina. Pay your Passover fee. Anyone 17 years of age or older must pay $200. Come and enjoy fresh lamb, unleavened bread, and the Spirit of Christ. Can't wait to see you all there, Israel. Shalom.
Cabins on streets and corners, all is feeling righteous. Real particular, nobody else there to compare to. Train for war, men of war, and warlike apparel. Prefer our leaders, can't get between us.
Israel, the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge, under commanding General Yohana, presents the Lord's 55th Annual Passover. That's right, the Lord's 55th Annual Passover is rapidly approaching. Commanding General Yohana is calling for all blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans to remember what the Lord did for us by saving us from our oppressors and choosing us to be a special people unto Him, the real Jews and Israelites. Passover will be held in Durham, North Carolina. Pay your Passover fee. Anyone 17 years of age or older must pay $200. Come and enjoy fresh lamb, unleavened bread, and the Spirit of Christ. Can't wait to see you all there, Israel. Shalom.
Cabins on streets and corners, all is feeling righteous. Real particular, nobody else there to compare to. Train for war, men of war, and war like apparel. Prefer our leaders, can't get between us.
We still here, still standing. UPK, we never left the building. Commanding General Yohana, you know, wow. Check it out. Woe into America. Seize everything and bring these crackers to their knees. I need everything and I do mean everything. I know they don't like us. Go ahead and try us. Don't make me call upon the Lord and put this earth on fire. I'm only getting better and I'm only getting higher. And you are getting weaker. That's why you cannot beat us. I know you do not like us. We don't like you neither. You went against the grain. You should be ashamed. You went against a king. Let's just call it treason. Can't wait for killing season. All that shit that you be preaching. Let me see if you believe it. They say they can't be touched. Well, I'm about to put my hands on them. No more missing nice guy. I gave that spirit up. Lord, give me strength so I can tear this city up. Babylon is falling, but it's just not fast enough. Angels with a nigga, so you niggas cannot touch. Ooh,
this shit not adding up. Fucking raise it up. Listen to them devils while you let them gas you up. Yeah. Said I pray they understand. I said I pray they understand. This shit not adding up. Fucking raise it up. Listen to them devils while you let them gas you up. Said I pray they understand. Hey, I said I pray they understand.
They want me to bite my tongue, they don't like criticism. Can't sell oppressors the devil, YouTube restricted niggas. But they can post bitches twerking, police killing niggas. You can rap about catching bodies, and millions listen. Bitches rap about they box, and children listen. You say you black and gay, to them you still a nigga. You chasing Susie and Becky, they Emmett Tillin niggas. You got the ones that compromise, and you got field niggas. It's a real difference, it make me feel different. When I kick on my boots, tie up a Mitri, I know what we teaching that camp, nobody teaching. These devils telling lies without blinking. They ain't got the integrity, try to reach them. They say they conscious and they woke, but they sleepy. I ain't sparing nobody, I'm going in. It's a rap when I hop up on that podium.
This shit not adding up, fucking raise it up. Listen to them devils while you let them gas you up. Yeah. Said I pray they understand. I said I pray they understand. This shit not adding up. Fucking raise it up. Listen to them devils while you let them gas you up. Said I pray they understand. Hey, I said I pray they understand.
By all means. Hold on, I think we are up. And we're live. Can everybody see me? I don't see me. Hold on, let's check. I know we need to check. Let's do this. There we go. Why it's acting up like that. All right, you should be able to see me now. Everybody should be able to see me now. If I can get a 1, preferably a 1W in the chat. If you can see and hear me all right. If you can see and hear me okay, you know what I'm saying? Let me get a 1 in the chat if you can see and hear me all right. All right, I got a 1W from Aquaf Diana. On Instagram, if you can see and hear me all right on Instagram, on Facebook, you know what I'm saying? Let me get a 1W. I got the 1Ws coming in on YouTube. I think we're going to be Tawab. And if that's the case, got a lot going on this page. These pages is showing out on me over here. They freezing up on me off some Tazakura. You feel me? But if that's the case, I think we good to go. We up live on Instagram. We live on TikTok. We live on Facebook. We live on YouTube. We even live on X. We live all over the place. You know what I'm saying? We live like the one only true God there is. You know what I'm saying? We live like that. And with that, let's clap it up. Shalom, shalom. Yahweh Shem Yahushua Barakatah to the brothers. Yahweh Shema Latham Ba Shem Yahushua to the sisters. We are the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Started out of 1 West, 125th Street, out of Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yohana. And since 1969, we have been teaching the truth of the Bible. That truth being that so-called blacks, so-called Latinos, so-called Native Indians are God's chosen people. You are the Israelites. You know what I'm saying? You are the Jews of antiquity. You are who that book is wrote about. You're the main character in that Bible. That Bible is your family heirloom. You know what I'm saying? That's your history book. We just came up out of February, you know what I'm saying, celebrating quote-unquote Black history. But I'm here to tell you that Bible is real life Black history. You know what I'm saying? But we've been taught the opposite. We've been taught that our history started when we got off of those slave ships. You know what I'm saying? We've been taught any and everything itself. We've been given all types of names and titles. You know what I'm saying? Name depicting land masses, name depicting skin tones, hairstyles, you name it. You know what I'm saying? To say who we are, but this Bible gives us an identity. Not only us, this Bible actually identifies everybody on the earth. It's 18 nations on the earth. 18 nations on the earth. You know what I'm saying? And we are the nation of Israel. If you so-called Black, so-called Latino, so-called Native Indian, you make up the nation of Israel. It's the biggest secret kept, biggest lie ever told. You feel me? Was about your identity. So if you are here tonight again, shalom. You know what I'm saying? If you here, you're not here by accident. Most High, you know what I'm saying? If you here by night, Most High in Christ, you're not here by accident. You're here because the Most High wanted you to be here. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully you'll stick around. Again, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, by all means, throw those in the chat. Any questions, comments, or concerns you may have, throw those in the chat. We are not your Christian church. We don't duck no questions. Whatever question you got, we're going to answer it. You know what I'm saying? We're going to answer it. You know what I'm saying? And if I don't know it, for any reason I don't know it, I'm going to make sure we get a brother here that does know it. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? One thing that we do not do, we don't make it up as we go along. We teach, thus said the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Book, chapter, verse. You feel me? Book, chapter, verse. If I haven't been taught it, I'm not going to teach it. If I don't know it, I'm not going to teach it. You know what I'm saying? Well, any answer you get from here is real. It's true. I.e., an example. Since 1969, we've been teaching that Christ is a Black man. You feel me? Since 1969, we've been teaching that Christ is a Black man. Where earlier this week, Russia came out, Putin came out, you know what I'm saying? Opened up the little book, opened up his quote unquote vaults of things that they've stolen and our history and our record of they've stolen. They just one of the groups has stolen a lot of our history and our records, you know what I'm saying? And he opened it up and it broke the internet. You feel me? It broke the internet. Everybody's excited and can't believe it. And you got about 50 million more additional blacks that's going to tell you about this and tell you about that. But we've been teaching that. We've been teaching that since 1969, right out of, you know what I'm saying, that Russian icon book. You feel me? nothing new from what we've been saying, but it's an amazing thing. It's an amazing thing when the oppressor says it. For some reason, we believe it. When the oppressor says it, for some reason, it has more weight. It's valid now all of a sudden. You feel me? So the same one that lied to you about it in the beginning, when he comes back around and tell you that no, it's true, now you believe it, but you don't believe your brothers and your sisters. Partly because you don't know who your brothers and your sisters are. You feel me? So if you here tonight, this is the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge Brotherhood class. This is what we come to learn about brotherhood, what brotherhood is, you know what I'm saying, how to practice, how to show brotherhood, you feel me? And here we learn who our brothers are, you feel me? So again, the water for everybody being here tonight, the water for everybody that's here tonight. Let's go ahead and do a little roll call. Again, if you are on TikTok, it scrolls by very, very, very fast on TikTok. So again, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, if I don't address it or if I don't see you, you know what I'm saying, you might want to just throw it in again. That way I can make sure I see you in there. You feel me? And I can address your question properly. You feel me? We got it's a user. Truth Hurts is in there and TikTok. Lil Zozo. I don't know if y'all are brothers or sisters. You feel me? So I'm just gonna say Yahba Shem Yasha Bagatha. To the brothers on TikTok, and Yahweh Shemalathan Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah to the sisters on TikTok. You feel me? I don't see nobody on the gram as of yet. And if you're on Facebook, I should see your comments and your check-ins as you check in. You feel me? So let's do a little shout out to see who we got with us tonight. First up, you know what I'm saying? Yahweh Shemalathan Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah to Akwaf Ra'aya. Akwaf Ra'aya in the building. Good to see you here tonight, sis. You feel me? We also got ISUPK Power. ISUPK Power in the building. You know what I'm saying? If you don't know, if this is your first time in class, that ISUPK is a tribe, one of the 12 tribes. You know what I'm saying? ISUPK in the Hebrew means he who is hired. And it denotes or identifies, you know what I'm saying, the tribe of the quote unquote Mexicans, you know what I'm saying? It's another tribe of our brothers and our sisters, you feel me? So ISUPK Power, what it do is Shalom Yabashim Yabashah Barakatah. Good to see you here. We also got Sister Kenyessa. We got Sister Kenyessa in the building. Yahweh Shema Adathan Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah. Sister Kenyessa. We got my brother Trooper Kazakia in the building. It's always great to see you in here, brother. You know what I'm saying? You don't know the inspiration you give us to keep moving. You feel me? We can't wait. We can't wait to get you back on that daggone battlefield either. You know what I'm saying? So Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah Barakatah to you as well. Yahweh Shema Alathan Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah to Akwaf Diana. Checking in from Charles City. You know what I'm saying? It's good to see you here. We also got Akwaf Natalie checking in from Chesterfield in the building. Yahweh Shema Alathan Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah to you as well. I got that. Okay, we got a lot of first from Aqua for Al, but then we got that one W, so I think we good. I think she was just letting us know that I was on screen and we was too wild. We got my brother Officer Mataza Akaran in the building who taught a hell of a class last night. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah Barakatah. I see you on the TikTok as well. I you know what I'm saying? I don't want to appreciate it. The water brotherhood is a weapon. You know what I'm saying? Yahweh Shema Alathan Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah to my rib as well for checking in. And then we got the man with the plan. You know what I'm saying? Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah Barakatah. Officer 5,000 Yerusha Moth in the building. Always good to see you as well. You know what I'm saying? Out of one. And with that, you know what I'm saying, we're going to go ahead and get it on. The water for everybody joining us tonight. Y'all saw the title of the class. You know what I'm saying? The title of the class. You know what I'm saying? New recipes, same spoiled ingredients. You know what I'm saying? When nobody eat no food that's spoiled. You feel me? When nobody want to eat no food that's spoiled. You feel me? And but for some reason, when it comes to rebuilding and fixing us as a people, we don't never consider changing, you know what I mean, what the ingredients, you know what I'm saying? We never consider changing what compromise, what consists of us, our morality, you know what I'm saying, our heritage and our culture, you know what I mean? And part of the reason because we don't know what it is, you feel me? Because we don't know what it is. We think, you know what I mean, it's going to take this, it's going to take that, but really what it's going to take to rebuild a nation is already told to us and is contained within this Bible. This being a brotherhood class, we always like to start our brotherhood class off the same way. You feel me? Brotherhood is a very, very, very important thing. Brotherhood is an extremely critical, important thing. It's imperative to rebuilding the nation. If you need any ingredients, you know what I'm saying, to rebuild that nation, you feel me? You're going to need some brotherhood. You definitely going to need some brotherhood. And with that being said, what's another word? What's another word that's synonymous with brotherhood? If I can get that, if you can tell me in the chat, let me know what's another word that's synonymous with brotherhood. You feel me? What's another word that's synonymous with brotherhood? Again, we like to try to start off the same. We like to be consistent. We like to be redundant. We like to repeat. Reason being, you learn through repetition. You feel me? We had 30, 40, 20 years, however old you are, to learn everything the wrong way. We learned everything the wrong way. We learned everything the incorrect way. We learned everything through the eyes of our oppressor. We learned everything backwards. You feel me? We didn't learn brotherhood. We learned to be good citizens. I don't know about y'all, but I remember getting citizenship awards in school. You feel me? We learned things like that, but we never, ever learned how to be brothers and sisters towards one another. And we got some answers coming in. Give Akwaf Raya a hand. She says sisterhood. You feel me? Sisterhood. Give Akwaf Diana a hand. She said sisterhood. And give Officer Mataza Akara a hand. He said sisterhood. You feel me? Yabashim Yabashah Brakatah. We got Officer Kushan in the building. You feel me? But they all said sisterhood, and they are absolutely correct. Brotherhood and sisterhood go hand in hand. Brotherhood and sisterhood are the same things. You know what I'm saying? We can't rebuild with just the brothers. We can't rebuild with just the sisters. In this era that we are in now, unfortunately, we in an era now where it's a lot of our women, most of our women got more degrees than anything. You feel me? Some of the most intelligent, some of the most educated class or group of people that are, you know what I'm saying, that demographic, our sisters, you know what I'm saying, so-called Black, so-called Latino, so-called Native Indian women. You feel me? But again, even with all of that education, you know what I'm saying, we still are lacking when you look at our communities. We still are lacking when you look at our neighborhoods. So something ain't there. You feel me? Something to say. It's got to be. It must be more than education. And I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself because that's actually one of the questions I'm gonna have for y'all, and in a little bit coming up. You know what I'm saying? Give my Rib a hand as well. She says sisterhood. So brotherhood and sisterhood are the same things, right? If brotherhood and sisterhood are the same things, and this is what we lack the most in our neighborhoods, right? Lack the most in our communities, lack the most amongst each other. You feel me? Yawbashim Yabashah Bragatha to Mech Duke. We see Mech Duke in the building. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns on TikTok, just type it in the chat and we'll make sure that we get to it. You feel me? But again, so if brotherhood and sisterhood are the same, and brotherhood and sisterhood is what we lack and what we need the most. It's what we need the most. It's the main ingredient. It's the main ingredient. We talk about rebuilding ourselves. We talking about, you know what I'm saying, reclaiming who we are. Our identity. We're going to do it like this. We're going to do it like that. Well, we can't do none of that if we don't have brotherhood and sisterhood. What's another word? Who can tell me what another word is for brotherhood and sisterhood? And if you done been in here before, you already know where I'm headed at with this, right? If you know the precept, drop the precept as well. If you know the precept, drop the precept as well. Now, when I talk about precept, this may be your first time being in class. This may be your first time, you know what I'm saying, attending a Israelite school and universal practical knowledge, you know what I'm saying, class or whatsoever. We teach straight out the Bible. We teach what the Bible say. We've been taught that you can pick up this Bible and just read. Right? We've been taught that you can pick up this Bible and just read it like it's a novella, but it doesn't work like that. You feel me? It wasn't wrote like that, and it wasn't meant to be read like that. In Isaiah, the Bible says, read precept upon precept, precept upon precept, line upon line, line upon line. Here a little, there a little. That whole myth that they try to teach us that the Old Testament and the New Testament, they somehow fight each other, they somehow are different. That's a lie. That's not the truth. That's a lie. That's not the truth. They don't fight each other. The Bible complements each other itself all throughout the Bible. You feel me? So when it says here a little, there a little, if you can find it here in the old, guess what? You're going to be able to find that in the new as well. When it says precept upon precept, if you can find it here in the old, it's going to be another precept that matches up with it perfectly. It's going to break it down. If it says whatsoever here, it's going to tell you what that whatsoever is over here. If it says, you know what I'm saying, love over here, it's going to show you what love is over there. That's how the Bible is. That's how it always been. But we've been taught that you can pick it up and just pick it up and read. You feel me? Which makes no sense whatsoever. Which shows you just how much we've been manipulated when it comes to this Bible. When it shows you just how much our reading comprehension has been destroyed when it comes to this Bible. Nowhere in the world you would pick up a medical book, right? You wouldn't pick up no medical book that's on heart surgery, and you can read it from cover to cover, from front to back. You pull out the dictionary when you get to those big words, so you know what those big words mean. Nowhere in the world you will read that medical book from front to back, that medical textbook from front to back. You know what I'm saying? And then get finished and pick up a knife and say, I'm ready for surgery now. Nowhere in the world. And no institution would allow you to do that. But lo and behold, for some reason, you can go to quote unquote theology school. And in some cases, you don't even have to go to theology school. You can just get you can just get that path that is already in there, who've been grandfathered in, who went to throughout theology school and tell you that, yeah, you good, go ahead and teach. And it doesn't work like that. That Bible is just as complicated, if not more complicated, than any medical textbook you can pick up. It's going to be more complicated, more intricate than any math book that you can pick up, any calculus book that you can pick up. And just like you need instruction and guidance on how to actually learn how to learn to apply it, and not only to apply it, but learn what it's actually saying in it. It's the same thing when it comes to the Bible. Real talk. So if you're here tonight, this is where you come to learn that. You feel me? This is where you get your PhD, you know what I'm saying, and biblical studies at. Right here. You know what I'm saying, from the priests and prophets of the Most High. And I'm in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. So let's look at some of these answers. Aqua Deanna checked in, give her a hand. She said love, and she said 1 John 5:3. You know what I'm saying? Officer Matazah Kara, give him a hand. He said love, and he said 1 John 5:3. Aqua Faraya is right behind him. She said love, 1 John 5:3, and give Sister Kenyessa a hand. She said love. Aqua Faraya said Most High in Christ. If this is your first time tuning in, maybe you tuning in for one of them other groups. I forgot to mention, we are not affiliated with any other Israelite group. We call them fake Israelite groups. You feel me? We're not affiliated with none of them. So you may see some of them saying all praises and all that other man. We don't say that here. We say Most High in Christ. You feel me? Most High in Christ, or Most High in Christ, you as well, sister. You feel me? Another thing we don't say Shalom. So if this is your first time in class, you feel me? It's Shalom. You feel me? It's Shalom, and it's Most High in Christ. And that way, you know, you navigate, you get along well. You know what I'm saying? You learn what you want. You can learn what you're supposed to learn without any disruptions. Again, a very, very important thing about coming to these classes, you want to dump everything you've ever learned before. Everything you ever learned before was misleading. It was false information. It was bad information. You feel me? So you want to dump all of that and come in here fresh and come in here new, so you can really learn, you know what I'm saying, what this Bible is actually saying. You know what I'm saying? My rib said love, 1 John 5:3. So let's get it. Again, one thing that we do not do in here, we don't teach, you know what I'm saying, based off of how we feel. We don't teach based off how we feel. We don't teach based off of, you know what I'm saying, emotions or thoughts or ideas or philosophies or ideology. None of the above. We teach, thus saith the Lord. We teach straight out this Bible. So let's go ahead and get it. Let's get it. You may have thought that you knew what love was, right? You may have grew up your whole life thinking, I know what love is. I show love. I you know what I'm saying, yo, this whole time. But I'm here to tell you. I guarantee you that if you never were taught what love was, you know what I'm saying, from the priests and prophets of the Most High, if you were never taught, you know what I'm saying, by the priests and prophets what love actually is, you don't know what love is. You don't know what love is. A big part of our issues, of our problem, of our nation, why we lack, you know what I'm saying, so much brotherhood, why we lack so much sisterhood, why we lack love, because we don't know what love is. We go with our own definitions of what love is. You feel me? We go with what grandma told us love was. We go with what our mother told us love was, what my father told me love was. And they may have told you, and they may have tried their hardest. You feel me? I'm not trying to shortchange what they done. You may have had a good mother, good father, in your opinion. You feel me? But the thing about us, we what we have, what we do, who we are, it all comes from the Most High. Love, the definition of love. You would think the Creator would know what love is, right? Well, He tells us what love is, and we're gonna get it right here. We got it. Everybody said love, 1 John 5:3. I'll give my ribbon hand. She said, love 1 John 5:3 as well. And we got it right here. Again, so it reads, for this, if you're looking for love, you're trying to find love, how Eddie Murphy said, looking for love in all the wrong places. You're in the right place tonight. If you're looking for love, right? If you're trying to find out what love is, you got it right here in 1 John 5:3. It says, for this is the love of the Most High. You feel me? This is the love of God, that we keep his commandments. Notice it didn't say nothing about no teddy bears. It didn't say nothing about no brand new car with a bow on it. It didn't say nothing about no diamond ring, no shiny ring, or necklace. It said none of the above. What it said was, for this is the love of the Most High, that we keep his commandments. Period, point blank. And his commandments are not grievous. We think that love is Christmas and buying a whole bunch of Christmas gifts. We've been taught that love is Valentine's Day and saying I love you and please be mine and be my Valentine and all these other things that these other nations have taught us. But that's not love. We just read what love was right here. 1 John 5:3. For this is the love of the Most High, that we keep his commandments. If you don't keep these commandments, it's impossible for you to love your brothers and your sisters. Period, point blank. I can't say it no plainer. If you don't keep these commandments, I don't care how many gifts you buy. I don't care how many dinners you cook. I don't care how many feet you rub. I don't care how many back rubs you give out. None of that matters if you can't keep these laws, statutes, and commandments. Because what you determine as love might be different from what I determine as love. A big issue, a big part of our problem. In the title, we talk in the description of the title, I mentioned trying to rebuild and remake and revive our communities. You know what I'm saying? We're going to buy black. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. Well, part of the reason why it never works, you feel me? It never, ever works. The Black Panthers tried it. Marcus Garvey tried it. Malcolm X tried it. Martin Luther King tried it. Everybody came and tried it, but it always fails. It always fails. You know why it always fails? Because everybody have their own idea of what success is going to look like. Everybody got their own idea of what it's going to look like when we finally make it. You might think it's reparations. I might think that it's businesses. I might think it's having a big house. I might think it's just people leaving me alone. You feel me? But just like that, with us having our own separate definitions, we can't never get on one accord, and that makes it impossible for you to build anything. You feel me? Well, if you building a set of Legos for your child, right? You can't have one set over here instructions and another set over here instructions and another set over here. It's never gonna get built. It'll never get built. It only gets built when we all get on the same page, all on the same accord. The page that we need to be on is the same page as the Most High. Period, point blank. It ain't got nothing to do with how I feel about it, how you feel about it. It got everything to do with what the Most High told us love was, and he just told us right here. It said if we keep his commandments, and his commandments are not grievous. So I'm going to ask y'all, right? Give me a couple of commandments. We ain't got to get too deep in it, you know what I'm saying? Because we're going to touch on one or two on, but y'all give me a couple of those commandments. Y'all give me a couple of those commandments, then we're going to move on with the lesson. We ain't gonna spend too much time on it, you know what I'm saying? But it's very important that we have an idea of what these commandments are. Because just like we've been taught, love is whatever you feel, love is the butterflies in your stomach, and that's all wrong, and that's not in the Bible. We also been taught, you know what I'm saying, that for one thing, if you're in that Christian church, you've been taught the commandments is done away with. If you're in that Christian church, you've been taught there is no law. Christ got rid of all the law. Ain't no law. And that makes absolutely no sense, and that's not in the Bible. That's not in the Bible. Period, point blank. You can't prove to me that that's in the Bible. You can't show me book, chapter, or verse anywhere where that's in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? The Most High never said that. Christ didn't say that out of his own mouth. Christ said, I didn't come to destroy Moses or the prophets. You feel me? He didn't come to destroy the law, but to fulfill the law. Show us how to fulfill the law. That's it. Period, point blank. But they got us running around here believing that you can do whatever you want and ain't no law to it. Even though this country itself got about 8,000 different doggone laws on the books that you can be penalized and locked up for at any given time. But we feel like the Most High power, the Most High God that made everything, he doesn't have any laws. There's no laws. That makes no sense. That comes from Christianity. That comes from religion. You feel me? The Most High definitely does have laws, statutes, and commandments. It's impossible for us to love one another without those laws, statutes, and commandments. And now we're going to get a couple on. Yahweh Shema, Bashim Yahweh Shah. We got Sister Aisha in the building, checking in from Newport News. Sister Aquaf Raya said tithing. And she gave the precept. See, the thing about this, like I told you from the very beginning, we don't make this up as we go. You feel me? The law ain't got nothing to do with you feeling good about it. You feel me? It's an old saying that says, and I know the brother in the chat can understand, it says the truth hurts. You feel me? There's nowhere in the Bible to say that it's gonna feel good all the time. You feel me? Most times doing the right thing, most times gonna make you a little bit uncomfortable. It's gonna take you out of your comfort zone. You feel me? Doing the right thing, a lot of times it don't feel well. It don't feel good. But as a nation, we have a responsibility to one another to not only live out these laws, statutes, and commandments, but always do the right thing. Always when it concerns one another. That's how you build a nation. That's how you keep a nation. That's one of the ingredients we don't put back into the recipe. We never add that ingredient to it. We always add our own personal thing. You feel me? A dash of selfishness, a dash of my bank account, a dash of my, and we wonder why it never ever works. You feel me? But we getting the right ingredients right now. Tithing is one of them. Let's go ahead and pull that up. Yahweh Shema, the Thumb, Bashim, Yahweh Shada, Aqua for 9 in the building. Let's go ahead and pull it up. We got Malachi chapter 3, verses 8 through 10. Tithing. Let's go ahead and get that. Because see, and it's amazing, right? I just got through talking about how that church, that Christian church, their religion, it teaches us that, you know what I'm saying, the law is done away with. Christ got rid of the law. But I guarantee you're not finna go in there on Saturday service, 8 p.m. service, 11 o'clock service, 1 o'clock service, 3 o'clock service, without you putting something in that basket. Or you're going to put something in that basket before you leave, because they believe in the law of tithing. Imagine that. They'll tell you that there's no more law, but you make sure you tithe before you leave. Will a man rob God? Or they'll bring that out. You feel me? They'll bring that out. And the reason why they'll bring that out is because they just steal it from you. They robbing you. They getting in your pockets. And that's all they're concerned with. Feeding their own face, feeding their own pockets, feeding their own coffers. You feel me? But the Bible is not for that. Tithing is a very, very important law. But your tithes, you know what I'm saying? Your tithes ain't supposed to go to them pastors. Y'all saw the picture with Diddy hugged up with TD Jakes. Then TD Jakes come out and they say he's been swallowed. Then he come out and say TD that Puffy got all these charges and stuff on. Yesterday they raided his house. You feel me? But I guarantee he paid a whole bunch of tithes though. I guarantee he paid a whole bunch of tithes. I guarantee that TD Jakes collected a whole bunch of tithes. But you know where them tithes didn't go? They didn't go to the Israelite School and University of Practical Knowledge. They didn't go to the priests and prophets of the Most High. They didn't. And as a result, our nation suffered even more for it. You feel me? Every week, you can jump on this channel, on Baltimore channel, Tennessee channel, Kansas City channel, Texas channel, Sacramento channel of the ISUPK, and I guarantee you, somebody's giving out food and clothing somewhere. North Carolina channel, you name it. That's what we do with what we've been given. You feel me? But you won't see your churches out there. You're not gonna see your Muslim mosques out there. You're not gonna see none of that. Why? Because that's not their concern, and they're not called by the Most High. We are. You feel me? So again, let's go ahead and get it. Malachi chapter 3, this is verses 8, and it starts off, you know what I'm saying? Will a man rob God? Will a man rob the Most High? You can't, you know what I'm saying, run up on the Most High, stick them up, give them up. You feel me? You can't do that. So how you gonna rob the Most High? This is a rhetorical question when it said when it asks this, because it says, yet ye have robbed me. Right? This is what the Most High is saying. But ye say, where and how we robbed it? We like, how we rob you, Most High? How we rob you, Lord? How we rob you, God? You feel me? And it's going to tell you right here. It says, in tithe and offerings. See, the thing about this Bible, you know what I'm saying? The thing about this Bible, when the Most High in this Bible says that the Most High is not the author of confusion, he really isn't. If you confused when you get finished reading this, it's because you're not being taught by the right people. You feel me? You have the wrong understanding. Ain't nobody confused here in the ISUPK. You feel me? We know exactly what it's saying, why it's saying it, the intent behind it saying, and how it's supposed to be applied. That practical knowledge, you know what I'm saying, applied for our people. You feel me? So it says, when have you robbed me? And tithe and offerings. Those tithes and those offerings are supposed to go to the ISUPK, period, point blank. Period, point blank. It's not supposed to go to none of these wicked, corrupt pastors. Every week is a new pastor with a new scandal. Every week. And if I search hard enough, I can find one for every day. New pastor, new scandal. New pastor, new scandal. You feel me? Why? Because you're going there to pay for a hall pass to do whatever you want and still be okay and be in good graces with the Most High. It don't work like that. It never said that. You feel me? We supposed to pay our tithes and offerings, and we supposed to pay it to the men of the Lord and ISUPK. You feel me? Next verse. She said, 8 through 10. Ye are cursed with a curse, for ye have robbed me, even this whole nation. This whole nation. As a nation, we pay homage to any and everybody else. I know some brothers and sisters, they make sure when they send those little flyers, no pamphlets to the house, you know what I'm saying, for this Democrat and this Republican, you know what I'm saying, they make sure they fill that out and they send that money to them. You feel me? They make sure, you know what I'm saying, they get that money to whatever local parish or church that they in. I can't even tell you how many abuse cases. Now I got to be careful how I word it because we on TikTok. But I can't even tell you how many quote unquote abuse cases where children are being abused from your church, from your parish, from this rabbi, from this pastor, from this imam. You feel me? All over worldwide, but they still collect all this money and you know what I'm saying? I'm in the name of the Most High. It's a lie, it's a facade, it's not true. You feel me? It says, so ye are cursed with a curse. So when you look at all that abuse that's taking place, because for one, we curse because we're not giving the tithes to where it's supposed to be at. So as a result of that, we curse with another curse. For ye have robbed me, even this whole nation. We don't realize that again, love is keeping these commandments. Part of loving is putting these tithes where they're supposed to be at, so they can be administered and utilized the proper way. You feel me? For the priests and the prophets, for the people. So the people can get fed with what this Bible actually says. You feel me? But because we don't do that, we hurt all over. We hurt all over. One, we hurt because it's not going, the tithes aren't going where they're supposed to go. And then the people don't get none of the direction they get. Any given Sunday, you know what I'm saying? Like the movie, any given Sunday, you can ride by, especially the more dilapidated the city is, the more debauchery you got in the city, the more churches you're going to have in the city. And any given Sunday, it's going to be cars lined up and down the street. I don't care if you're in Houston. I don't care if you're in Chicago. I don't care if you're in Detroit, New York, all the way down south to Georgia. You know what I'm saying? South Carolina, North Carolina. It don't matter. The churches are going to be filled. They're going to be filled. But nothing's being fixed. Nothing's being fixed. Nothing's being fixed. Nothing being addressed. The people not being fed. And the people are worse off every generation and worse off than the last generation. Why is that? Again, because we're not giving those tithes to the men of the Lord. We giving it to the same Pharisees and scribes that were in the Bible before. And that's who we giving it to. And as a result, we curse with a curse. Either world said facts. Most High Christ. Most High Christ. You know what I'm saying? What else? Last verse, verse 10, it said, bring ye all tithes into the storehouse, that there may be meat in mine house. And prove me now herewith. See, the thing about it, when this Bible says to prove me, if we did what the Most High said did, if we follow these laws, statutes, and commandments and love one another the way the Most High said do, you would see a nation rebuilt. You would actually see us uplifted. The reason why you don't see it, the reason why you've seen every effort we'd ever came up with before, Black Panthers, civil rights, you name it, it's failed. You know why it failed? Because we didn't prove the Most High. We didn't do what he said. We didn't do what he said when we were in those organizations. We didn't do what he said, and as a result, all of them failed. But if we would do what he said, right, if we would follow these laws, statutes, and commandments the way that he directed us to do, we would prove the Most High. He'd be able to do what he said he was going to do for us as a nation. Well, back here in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, we proving the Most High. We got brothers and sisters that come in here all the time and change their every day and change their lives. Change their lives. The demons get casted off of them. You feel me? The Lord moves in their life. You feel me? Why? Because they're here where they're supposed to be at. Their tithes are going to where it's supposed to go to. You feel me? And they're able to be rebuilt, you know what I'm saying, and live up to what the Most High made them to be in the very beginning. This is where you come for healing at. You don't go to that church. You come here. You feel me? You so-called Black, so-called Latino, so-called Native Indian, and you've been directed here by some way, shape, force tonight, and you hear me or you hear any of our brothers and sisters. You know what I'm saying? You're in the right spot, and this is where you come. This is where you come to get rebuilt up at. It says, "Improve me now herewith," saith the Most High of armies. That word "host" in the Bible is armies. What you get when you get an army? You feel me? What you get when you got it? You think about all the talk about rebuilding us up as a nation, right? You never, ever hear us say, all we need is our own army, we be straight. You never hear that. You never hear that. Because we rebuild, we try to reclaim through the eyes of our oppressor. We do it with a slave mind. We don't even realize that we're not free. You feel me? And when you're not free, there's only certain things you're going to ask for. When you're not free, you're going to ask for a little bit more water. When you're not free, you're gonna ask why. Just don't hurt me like you used to. Just a little bit more time with my family. When you're not free, but when you're a free man, you feel me? When you're a free man, you know what certain things you need in order for you to be protected. One of that is an army, is a military force, is a force that's gonna protect you. Well, the Most High is that force. He said the Lord of hosts, the Lord of armies. If I will not open you the windows of heaven. You feel me? He said, I'm going to open up the windows of heaven and pour you out a blessing that there should not be room enough to receive it. Think about that. I always love that part about this scripture right here when they talk about these tithes. It said, if you actually give the tithes where it's supposed to be at, and you prove me, you allow me to do what I said I was going to do, I'm going to pour you out a blessing that you can't even catch. I'm going to pour you out so much. Y'all going to have so much. We don't realize how much excess, how much wealth this place has off the blood of us, off our backs. We don't realize that. I brought it out in a class not too long ago, you know what I'm saying, when it came to that Afghan war, when it came to the war in Afghanistan, right? They spent $303 million every day for 20 years. But yet and still, you say the brothers and sisters ain't no room for them, ain't no resources for them coming across the border. That's a lie. Right? Because you got Afghanis coming over right now across that border and want no problem. You don't hear about none of that in the news. You don't see them on Chicago in the street looking for somewhere to stay. You don't see none of that. You don't hear about no big stories about them rolling up with a bus and dropping them off, even though it's election season. So a lot of times we think, well, it's election season. That's why we're hearing this and we're hearing that. No, it goes bigger than that. It's deeper than that. You feel me? Because the same ones that they was at war with, the same ones that they done had beef with for generations and generations, the same ones they claim that they don't like or they don't love. And I say that again because we on TikTok trying to be PC. You feel me? Them same ones, they find a home when they come over here. You don't want to don't have no home when you come in, even though it's your home that they stole from the very beginning. You feel me? And it all goes back to these scriptures right here. You feel me? If we did what the Most High said do, not only will we love one another like we should, he will pour out a blessing that we couldn't even receive. So Most High in Christ for that. For water, Aqua for that one right there. Aqua Diana said, fear the Most High. Fear the Most High. And that's a very, very important one because when you look at that word fear, fear, we think we've been taught, you know what I'm saying, that Sage Boys, the Most High, it don't matter what you do. God gonna love you anyway, right? It don't matter if you don't do what he say. He gonna love any and everything you do. It doesn't matter. He's still gonna love you. And that's absolutely not the truth. You can't find it nowhere in the Bible. Nowhere in the Bible. If you in the chat, this your first time here, you feel me? First off, make sure you put your city name and state in there so we know who you are. You feel me? You get credit for coming to class. Put your city name and state in there. Don't be no coward. Ain't no coward saying the UPK. Put your city name and state in there. You feel me? Then after that, if you have any questions, go ahead and type those in there. And if you are a doubter, you're a dissenter, a detractor, if you don't believe what I'm saying, I guarantee you can't show me in the Bible where it says God that his law is done away with. I guarantee you can't show me where it says he don't have requirements. I guarantee you can't show me, this is the big one here, that God loves the sinner, you feel me, and hates the sin. I bet you can't show it to me. While you're looking for it, I'm going to go ahead and pull up Deuteronomy chapter 10 and verse 20. Let's go ahead and get it. Let's pull the precept the sister pulled up. Most High in Christ. It's a Kyle Powell checking in from California to Mocola. I hope I said that right. You know what I'm saying? Checking in all the way from Cali. And we got some raw schools out there. And I don't know if that's Northern Cal or Southern Cal. You know what I'm saying? So let me know. It's a Kyle Powell. You feel me? We got some raw schools out there. You know what I'm saying? In Cali. You feel me? Raw schools in Cali. And depending on how far south you is in Cali, you know what I'm saying, you might be a little closer to Texas or whatever. You know what I'm saying? We got some raw captains in schools out there as well. You know what I'm saying? So it's always important to link up, you know what I'm saying, with the schools, you know what I'm saying, schools that you got, you know, around your area. Okay, perfect. You in San Diego, you know what I'm saying? If I'm not mistaken, then we got a school close to Sacramento. We got a Northern Cal, a Southern Cali. We got a couple of them out there. You know what I mean? All it takes is a simple ISUPK, you know what I'm saying, search and the YouTube, online or whatever, and it should pop up. Google should even pop up and let you know exactly where we at. You feel me? And it's always good, you know what I'm saying, reach out to them schools. That way, if you in need, you need anything. And if you are actually, you know what I'm saying, in the school. See, it's a big difference between actually just watching the classes and being in the school. You will hear that phrase thrown around a lot, in the truth, in the truth, in the truth. You know what I mean? But being in the truth means being in this school. You know what I'm saying? Being in this school, following these laws, statutes, commandments, actually putting your brick in, helping to rebuild your nation. You know what I'm saying? And that way, most time Christ, if you're doing well now, maybe you're not doing well later on. Maybe you need some assistance yourself later on. Well, guess what? We really do care about our people. We put our money where our mouth is. You feel me? And by you checking in with that school, you know what I'm saying, touching bases. If you ever are in need, same way how we help our other brothers and sisters. If you ever need it, they're gonna be there for you as well. You feel me? And I stand on that because I stand on this ISUPK. You feel me? But let's go ahead and get it. Let's go ahead. We got Moses Oliveira, you know what I'm saying, checking in on TikTok. Lady Boss checking in on TikTok. Dorothy Ruiz checking in on TikTok, you know what I'm saying, another user. Again, to all of y'all, y'all Bashim Yashabakata, Shalom. You feel me? But let's go ahead and get this other precept we got here. Deuteronomy 10 and chapter 20, because that's a very important one. That's a very important one. We don't fear the Most High no more. We don't fear the Most High no more. We think that if we say some magic words, if I just say these magic words, I'm going to be accepted, Lord God and my Savior in Christ, and all this other stuff that they've told you, not realizing that makes no sense whatsoever. If you're a parent, right, and you got a child, you feel me? Especially if you got a little bit of some couple grades to you. Some of these newer parents, it's a little different, you know what I mean? Some of these newer parents, it's like the Kool-Aid just got more and more watered down as the years kept going, you feel me? But if you got, you know what I'm saying, some older parents or whatever, if mom and dad or whatever told you, hey, I need you to do A, B, and C, and you don't do A, B, and C, it was going to be some consequences that follow that. You feel me? It was going to be some consequences behind you not doing what they told you to do. Well, we've been taught that the Most High, who's described as a father at when Christ got on the scene all throughout the Bible, we've been taught that we don't have to do anything he says and there's no consequences. I'm here to tell you that that's not true. Not only is that not true, that's the reason why we suffer as a people. Why? Because we don't follow the laws, statutes, and commandments like he told us. Because we don't follow those laws, statutes, and commandments. I'm sure you had all ties together. We don't love one another. And because we suffer, we lack that love, that brotherhood, that sisterhood, very first thing we started talking about, right? We don't take care of each other and we hurt each other. How that saying go? Hurt people, hurt people. You feel me? Hurt people, hurt people. And that's what we do. Why? Because we don't adhere to these laws, statutes, and commandments like the Most High say do. But let's go ahead and get these last ones so we can jump into this lesson. All right. So we got Deuteronomy chapter 10 and verse 20. Thou shalt fear the Most High, thy power. You feel me? The Most High, thy power, him shalt thou serve. We're not supposed to serve these other gods. We're not supposed to serve these other nations. And we don't, the problem is we don't realize what it means to serve another nation of people. When you celebrate Christmas, you serving another God. If you smoke, if you smoke weed, got dreads, guess what? You serve another God. You serving the God/goddess of Shiva. Because that's where that comes from. You feel me? If you celebrated Valentine's Day back in February, you celebrating another God. You feel me? If you get ready to celebrate Easter, you're celebrating another God. That's not the God of the Bible that you celebrate. That's not the God of the Bible that you worship if you celebrate Christmas. You feel me? If you celebrate Thanksgiving. And it's very important. But again, we've been taught that our Father has no consequences behind breaking his rules. But he letting you know right here, thou shalt fear the Most High power, thy God. The Most High, thy power. Him shalt thou serve, and to him shalt thou cleave. Y'all know what that word cleave mean? You feel me? When I'll never forget having a dream, you know what I'm saying? Having them dreams. If you ever had them dreams where you wake up and you fall, or you sleep and you're falling. I remember one of them in particular, I was on a school bus and I don't know what happened, but for some reason we went over the cliff and I was just falling. You feel me? You might wake up just reaching. You get to reaching and just reaching and just reaching. And if you can grab or hold on to anything, you're going to hold on to it tight and cleave to it for dear life. This is what the Most High is saying right here. We're supposed to cleave to the Most High. We're supposed to reach out, grab on him, and not let go for anything, for anybody, because this is life. Me holding on to him. He says to cleave and swear by his name. When it's talking about swear by his name, swear by his reputation. See, that's the God of Israel that took us out of Egypt. When we didn't have, when we was the slaves in Egypt, right? And he walked us out of Egypt with Pharaoh's army behind that. He walked us right out. Matter of fact, when we hit that water, he split that and we walked right across that. That's his name. That's his reputation. We supposed to swear by his reputation. It shouldn't be nothing that we afraid of, nothing that we know we can't do. Why? Because that's what he did for us. But because we don't know what this Bible actually says, we don't swear by his name. We swear by the name of Saint Nick. You feel me? We swear by some Easter eggs. You feel me? We swear by any and everything else except for the Most High. And this is why we suffer and why we hurt as a people. So this is a great precept that the sister pulled out. We supposed to fear the Most High. All right, last one. Aquafana said, Leviticus 18, chapter 22, thou shalt not lay with mankind as woman. It's an abomination. Now, that's a very, very important one. I might take a sip out now. It's a very, very important one because in this time and age we in now, you feel me? In this time and age that we in now, that's the norm. That's the standard. And especially with a brother checking in from California, you feel me? That's the standard. I remember at one point in time, you know what I'm saying, it was a little bit more contained on that West Coast. It ain't contained on that West Coast no more now. Oh, it's worldwide. It's worldwide. It's all over the place. It's all over the place. It's all over the place. And we feel like we can lay with anybody. Lay with anybody and anything. You feel me? And there's nothing wrong with it. Depending on where you at and where you go, you know what I'm saying? They got churches dedicated just to that. And we feel like God gonna love us any kind of way. But let's find out. Let's find out. Let's get it real quick. Yahweh sister Sharon Smith on TikTok. Let's find out though. The sister pulled a great precept. Leviticus chapter 18, verse 22. Let's get it. Because we've been taught that it don't matter. You know what I'm saying? TJ's got up there. He got up there in that sermon. The name of that sermon was Daddy, I See the Wood. You feel me? The name of that sermon was Daddy, I See the Wood. He talked about being swallowed up. Y'all done heard about the Diddy parties and everything that took place and happened at the Diddy parties, allegedly. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Y'all know the era that we in. You know what I'm saying? If you part of that alternative lifestyle community, you got a whole bunch of rights. Whole bunch of rights. You feel me? This is legal. That's legal. You got protection here and protection there. Well, you may have protection here. You may have this. You may have that. But what you don't have is the approval of the Most High for it. You feel me? And the thing about us that we must learn as a people, if you so-called Black, so-called Latino, so-called Native Indian, we lose or we don't have the protection of the Most High when we don't follow his commandments. If you don't follow his commandments, you don't have his protection. If you can even look at that on a base level with you and your child. You tell your child, don't go out past 1 o'clock. You feel me? You got a curfew. Be in that curfew, whatever the curfew may be. 2, 3 in the morning, they wait till you go to sleep. Now they outside in the streets doing this and doing that. Anything can happen when this happens. You're not there to protect them. You don't even know that they're out there. So if anything happens, befalls them, you know what I'm saying? If they call, you might be knocked out of sleep. Why? Because in your mind, they in the bed feet next door to you. You feel me? They've lost or reduced the protection that you can give them. Why? Because they disobeyed what you told them to do. Well, it's the same thing with the Most High. It's the same thing with the Most High. I just saw a story. They call it mpox now. They call monkeypox mpox in Virginia. They said already in Virginia, you know what I'm saying, it's already on 12 cases since January, right? And they said all year last year it was only 12 cases. So it's increasing exponentially or whatever, you know what I'm saying? It's on the rise. And why? Because we do not listen to the Most High. We definitely don't listen to this law right here. This is Leviticus chapter 18, verse 22. And it says, thou shalt not lie with mankind. When it's saying thou shalt not lie, that's talking about sex. You feel me? That's talking about you laying down with somebody. This Bible is wrote and slang the same way that we talk to each other to this day. It says, thou shalt not lie with mankind as with womankind. You feel me? It is an abomination. It's an abomination. Period, point blank, simple as that. Now let's get that. Who knows what an abomination is? This is our last one before we go into the actual lesson. So who knows what an abomination is? If you know what an abomination is, go ahead and type it in the chat if you know what an abomination is. You feel me? It's very important when you read this Bible, you know what I'm saying, you come across where it's very important that you read it and you get the definitions of it. Otherwise, what you'll do, you'll read it and you'll apply what you think it is. And that's something that we strongly work against in here. You feel me? The brother Issachar Power says something disgusting. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. So let me stop this one. Right? Let me stop that. Close that. Let's get it. An abomination. So all I did was I pulled up the Merriam Dictionary here, you know what I'm saying, the Merriam-Webster Dictionary, and we got it. And the brother, get a brother Issachar Power a hand. He's absolutely correct. It's something disgusting to the Most High. You feel me? Abomination by the Merriam-Webster Dictionary's definition. Definition 1, something regarded with disgust or hatred, something abominable. You feel me? Aquafina said vile. You feel me? Definition 2 says extreme disgust and hatred, loathing. You feel me? This is something that the Most High hate. It's vile to the Most High. It's detested by the Most High. You feel me? It's an aversion. You feel me? It's disgusted by the Most High. But we taught, hey, it's just an alternative way of living, and there's no big deal. But we read right here again, it is a big deal. It's definitely a big deal to the Most High. So give all those brothers and sisters a hand. You know what I'm saying, for bringing out those commandments, because again, that's very, very important. It's something that we don't do. It's something that we don't do, and it's something that we don't know. And as a result, we don't know what love is. We don't know what the Lord wants, what the Lord requires of us, what he don't want, what he doesn't, you know what I'm saying, what he's not going to allow, what he doesn't tolerate. We don't know the penalties of it or none of the above. And then we scratch our heads, we wonder why we're in the state that we are in as a people. And this is why, because we don't know what this Bible actually says. So give them all a hand. Everybody saw the title of the class. One of the first things I want to do, and again, we appreciate all the class participation. This is how we learn. You feel me? So again, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, by all means, make sure you ask. You feel me? Make sure you ask. You know what I'm saying? And the questions we ask for a reason. Ask for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Just to kind of see where everybody's at, so you can see how you've been played. You know what I'm saying? You can see how you've been misled. You feel me? So one of the first things I want to get. You know what I'm saying? We've been taught that love is an action. We teaching here that, you know what I'm saying, love is we teaching here that love not only is not an action. Salakia. We've been taught that love is a feeling and an emotion. Salakia just means excuse me. You know what I'm saying? That it's a feeling and an emotion. But we're taught here that love is keeping those commandments. To keep those commandments, that requires effort. That's going to require work on your part. You feel me? Love is an action. Period, point blank. Love is an action. Love is not how you feel. Love ain't, you know what I'm saying, the butterflies in your stomach. It's not the gifts you buy, the money you spend, none of the above. I bring her roses and flowers every day because she like fresh flowers, fresh cut flowers. That ain't got nothing to do with love whatsoever. Nothing to do with nothing whatsoever. Celebrating your birthday, that's you not loving your brothers and your sisters. That's you not following the Most High commandments. That's you not loving the Most High. Period, point blank. You never heard that before, have you? If you celebrate your birthday, you don't love God. You never heard that before. If you celebrate Christmas, you don't love your brothers and your sisters. If you celebrate Thanksgiving, knowing what they did to our brothers and sisters, the hundreds of millions that were unalive behind Thanksgiving, that are put on open-air concentration camps right now today called reservations, you feel me? You don't love your brothers and your sisters. Period, point blank. Ain't no other way of getting around. But let's get it. Let's get it. How do I know that love is an action? How do I know, you know what I'm saying, that love requires effort? Let's get it. We're going to go to 1 John chapter 3, verse 18. We're going to go to 1 John chapter 3, verse 18. Like I said, one thing you're going to always find about the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, we don't make it up. It ain't what we think. You know what I'm saying? It ain't how we feel. It has nothing to do with none of the above. It's everything about what the Most High said. You feel me? This is 1 John chapter 3, verse 18. It says, my little children. You feel me? My little children. And when he's talking about my little children, he's talking about them children of Israel. He's talking about us, so-called Black, so-called Latino, so-called Native Indian. He says, my little children, let us not love in word, Just because you say I love you, it's a whole lot of people's gonna tell you I love you. You got a lot of people right now getting scammed. You feel me? It's all right. It's tax time now. You got a lot of brothers and sisters getting scammed, especially a lot of our elderly brothers and sisters getting scammed out their hard-earned money. You feel me? Getting scammed for this and for that. You feel me? Why? Because somebody told them that they loved them. Somebody told and said it, and they said it so earnestly. They had so much charisma behind when they said it, and they believed it, right? And they thought that this was love. And as a result, they done gave up all their doggone savings, and now they hurting even more than they were before. You feel me? But the Bible is letting you know, nah, my little children, let us not love in word. It got nothing to do with what you saying to somebody. You can tell somebody you love them all day long. You feel me? You can write them poems. You can write them a song. It don't none of that matter. None of that matter. It says neither in tongue. It don't matter what you say. You feel me? You can make it sound real good. You feel me? But now it's going to tell us how we're supposed to love. Remember, love is keeping those laws, statutes, and commandments, right? It says, but indeed, in what you do and in truth. What's the truth? Truth is so-called Black, so-called Latinos, so-called Native Indians are God's chosen people. That's the truth. The deed, following those laws, statutes, and commandments. So again, it don't matter what you've been taught. You feel me? It don't matter what you've been taught. If you weren't taught that this was love and this is how you love, this is how you apply love, that you got to keep those commandments in order for you to love, you were taught wrong. You feel me? You were taught wrong. A lot of times we try to save or rebuild when you get to the title of the class, you know what I'm saying, in the description of the class, we want to rebuild, revive, you know what I'm saying, remake, you know what I'm saying, we're going to do this and we're going to do that, you know what I'm saying, in order to fix ourselves, right? But it never works. So what are some of those things, right? Y'all give me some answers. I mean, make sure we all on the same page, or in the words of Officer Urash Ma, we in the spirit of the Lord, right? What are some of those things we come up with that y'all have heard us come up with before in the past, or even now today? What are some of the things we come up with to quote unquote fix the Black community? And when I say Black, again, I'm talking about so-called Black, so-called Latino, so-called Native Indian. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Well, what are some of the things that we do, that we've tried, that we're trying right now to fix our communities? Who can tell me? Who can tell me in the chat some of the things that we do to try to fix our communities? Who could tell me? Who could tell me? Okay. Aqua Friday said march. We get out there and try to march when it's injustices. We get out there and try to march. When we out there marching, right? That's a good one. That's a good one. When we out there marching, what we marching for? What's the word they always use? What we marching for? Who knows? What we out there marching for? Aqua Friday said voting. All right. Yep. Voting. That's another good one. And that kind of goes along the same thing. All right. So when we out there marching, when we went out there and vote, right? What do we vote for? What do we vote for? It's a word that I'm looking for. It's a particular word that I'm looking. There you go. There you go. Aqua Friday said freedom, justice, and equality. Freedom, justice, and equality. Let's go with that first one, freedom, right? I'm gonna show you how, again, we try to rebuild. We come with brand new recipes. You know what I'm saying? We think this is gonna get it right here. This is what's gonna fix us. But at the same time, we never ever change the ingredients. And I'm gonna show you how without this Bible, it's impossible. It's not gonna work. So she said freedom, right? I'll give you a good example of what freedom is. Part of the voting, part of the freedom, right? They had a whole women's liberation movement. You feel me? We done had civil rights, you know what I'm saying, to get quote unquote more freedom, right? To get quote unquote more and more freedom, right? With that freedom that we've got, let me show you what we do with the freedom we got, because this ain't what the Lord told us to get, right? The Lord said we need brotherhood, sisterhood, we need love, we need to follow these laws, statutes, and commandments. America said, nah, get your freedom. All you need is your freedom, right? All you need is your freedom. Who knows? Who knows who's the most affected by STIs, right? Because a big part of the women's liberation, civil rights, a lot of that freed us to have sex with anybody we wanted to, right? Right? That's what a big push, a big thing behind that was, you can be whatever who you want to, right? right? We had the freedom to do it. Who knows who's the most affected by STIs? And we've talked about this before in class, but when I came across this particular number here, a stat here, it stood out to me a little bit more than what it normally does, right? So who's affected the most by STIs, right? We got all this freedom, right? In slavery, think about it. In slavery, we didn't decide who we laid down with. Slave masters decided who we laid down with. You feel me? We didn't make those decisions. Slave master made those decisions. And a lot of times we were assaulted against our will. Most times, if not all times. You feel me? But with the freedom that we've gained, because we're free now, right? Let them tell us we're free now. Who knows who's the most affected when it comes to STIs and STDs? Who can tell me? And while you're getting ready to tell me, I'm going to drop this right here and get ready to pull this slide up right here, or pull this page up right here. Who can tell me? Who knows? Who knows who's affected the most? All this freedom that we got. Nope, that ain't the one I want. This is the one I want right here. Aquafina said Judah. Now, when she's saying Judah, she's talking about the so-called Negroes, right? She's saying Judah. Let's see. We got this report up right here. Again, we think that freedom, it's all about freedom. If we just get some more freedom, we're going to be all right. Right? Brand new recipe, main ingredient, going to be freedom. Just give us freedom and we're going to be good to go. All we need is some freedom. So I'm going to read a little bit right here. And let's see what we got. It says non-Hispanic blacks experience a disproportionate burden of the STIs, right? If I go to the top of it, let me see, because there's one I wanted to get the percentage for everybody, but it's all good. Okay, so it's just trying to make up some kind of fake excuse for it. Aquafina said Judah. Officer Mataz Akara said Judites. Both of y'all are correct. But let's go ahead and read a little bit. So it says non-Hispanic blacks. Now, whenever you read anything and it's saying non-Hispanic blacks and so forth, you got to realize if you go back further and further in time, we were all called Negroes. They called the Mexicans Negroes, the Native Indians Negroes, and they called us Negroes as well. As time went on, I want to say about the 80s, they split that up. They started getting more different classifications. You feel me? And they separated us on paper. Now, the Most High never separated us. You feel me? But again, following these other nations, going by their quote-unquote definitions, we don't realize that we brothers and sisters no more. So that's where you would get that distinction between non-Hispanic blacks. And even in that title, it's letting you know. So if you got to be able to read in between the lines. Notice it didn't say non-white blacks, right? It didn't say non-Chinese blacks. It said non-Hispanic blacks. Why? Because they know that we're brothers and sisters. We're the same people. Period, point blank, simple as that. But it says experience a disproportionate burden of STIs, right? Even among those who report fewer sexual partners. So even the ones that, okay, let's say your mother, you know what I'm saying? She might have had your father and that one and maybe Jim, but that's a low number nowadays. That's 3 bodies. That's nothing nowadays, right? Right? What's the Brittany Renner? She jumped up there and said she had at least 35, huh? Right? At least 35 of them. It's some sisters online. They triple digits. You feel me? And they triple digits. But let's keep reading. To reduce racial ethnic disparities, we're gonna keep going. This is what we want to get you right here. Herpes simplex virus type 2 is one of the most common STIs, right? In the United States. Main cause of genital herpes. It's the most prevalent among Judites, just like y'all got through saying. You feel me? And 40.3% compared with other ethnic groups, 13.7 with Hispanics, 11 non-Hispanic whites. Again, then you know who's who. That you know it's a difference between it's some Hispanics that their father isn't Hispanic, right? They might check this off on the paper. Check that off on the paper. You come from the Spaniards, the conquistadors, you're not part of the 12 tribes. Oh, but if you were one of the ones that were conquered, if you was one of the ones that had your native tongue taken away from you, and now you speak Spanish when that wasn't your original tongue, the Taino, then guess what? You're not the same as them. You us. You're Israelite. You feel me? So among them, it's 13.7%. And then among Mexican Americans, 11.9%. So if you get to add this up, right, that's 40. That's another that you guys that's rounding it down. We say 10, and another that's at least 60%. That's all us, all Israelites who are affected when it comes to herpes, right? That's what happened when we got all that quote unquote freedom. Because we think freedom fixes everything, right? We think as long as we get some freedom, we good to go. We get freedom, it's gonna be fixed. This is what we've been missing, right? This is gonna give us the liberation that we've been looking for. This is gonna help us build the nation how we've been trying to build it, right? We think it's free. We think this is it. Let me show you one more stat. Let me show you how this doesn't make sense whatsoever. And it requires the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High, right? This is what freedom from the oppressor gave us. It gave us 60% of all the STI cases, the herpes cases in specific. 60% of them is us. Mind you, we only 11% of the population, 11 to 12% due to other population, period. So how are we 60% of any category? Mathematically, that doesn't make sense. Mathematically, oh, that's biblical. Let me stop this. Let me pull this one more up on the whole herpes situation real quick. Get this out on real quick. Anybody knows that when it comes to sex, right? Pretty sure they ain't keep. I think I'm good on TikTok saying that. You feel me? Anybody knows when it comes to sex that it's gonna be the woman that chooses. You feel me? In most ideal situations, it's gonna be the woman that chooses. You feel me? Let's read this right here. When it comes to our sisters, and when I saw this part right here, it was so sad to me when I saw it. You feel me? It says a new report from the CDC. This is the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, says that black women have the highest rate of herpes infections at 48%. The national average is 16%, right? They're at 48%. Half of all of our women have herpes. So can't be freedom. This is what freedom got us, right? This is what that freedom to choose. My body, my choice. This is what the freedom got us, right? So it can't be freedom, right? So what's another one? What's another thing we think is gonna fix it? Right? We think I give you the second one. I give you the next one. We think black businesses is gonna fix us, right? Y'all have heard that before, right? Let's get it. Y'all have heard black businesses, right? If we just gotta buy black, shop black, as long as we, you know what I'm saying, black on black, we gonna be fixed. That's all we need, right? You can jump on live right now on TikTok, on YouTube. I guarantee it's gonna be some brother, some sister that's got the magic cheat code. They got the answer, right? If they ain't first said freedom, which we just showed it wasn't freedom, they're gonna say we just gotta buy black, shop black, be black, and we're gonna be all right, right? Let's look at it. Let's look at these stats on black business real quick. Let me get this out real quick. Because again, we try to rebuild, remake, you know what I'm saying, the whole nine, but we always use the same spoiled, same bad ingredients. You feel me? Bad ingredients, spoiled ingredients. You imagine making a cake and the eggs done went bad, right? You imagine making a cake, you baking this cake and the milk done already went bad. You feel me? What that cake gonna taste like? It don't matter if you go get a new recipe online and say add this portion, that portion, sprinkle a little bit of this on that, put a little bit of freedom in it, put some black businesses in it. Watch how it's not gonna make it better. It's still gonna be spoiled. It's still gonna be bad. Let's get it. Let's see. So right now, let's see a black business. Let's get it. This report right here says in 2021 there were 161,031 U.S. firms with majority black or African American ownership. Meaning the ownership majority it's gonna be black folk, right? Up from 124,000. So somebody had that same thought. Hey, we just got to get this, and somebody say this is the way, this is the path, and they created more businesses from 2017 up until now, about 40,000 more of them. You feel me? Conducted by the U.S. Census Bureau and National Science Foundation. Black-owned firms gross, the money they made soared by 43%, right? Soared by 43%. from an estimated 128 billion to 183 billion. Then we get to the next verse, and it says, despite this growth, majority black-owned businesses made up only about 3% of all U.S. firms that were classifiable by race and ethnicity of their owners in 2021. And they accounted for only 1% of the gross revenue from all classifiable companies. So if you can say this is a white company, this is an East Indian company, this is a Chinese company, when it came to the 3%, you know what I'm saying, quote unquote black companies, they only accounted for 1% of the gross revenue, 1%. But that 40,000, that growth from 2017 to 2024, oh, this was the fix, right? Because we say it's justice, like Aquafariah said, freedom, justice, equality, right? Then businesses. It's got to be the businesses, more black businesses, right? We're gonna be all right. We're gonna fix it, and that doesn't fix it, right? What's the last one? What's another? What's the main one? What's the main one that we always hit? I'm gonna let y'all answer this one. What's the main one? The main fix? You even see it in a form of fashion of this business. But what's the main fix? I may have gave it to you just then. But what's the main thing we think is gonna fix the black community? Who could tell? Who could tell me what's the main thing we think that's gonna always fix the black community? Just the main one. Edo Worlds is on it. My rib says unity. Not quite unity. That's not the one I'm looking. I ain't looking for unity. You get more unity, kind of sort of with the businesses and us coming together, but nah, unity ain't the word I'm looking for. Edo Worlds is on it though. Edo Worlds said reparations. And when we talk about reparations, what's the real word we looking for when we say reparations? What's the real word? When we say reparations, when you hear black people talk about reparations, when you hear the oppressor talk about reparations, what's the real word they want to say? What's the word they're looking for? Uh-oh, there you go. There you go. That's what I'm looking for right there. My rib said money. Edo Worlds give him a hand. He said reparations. My rib said money. We always think that money, and not necessarily handout. They do call it a handout, though, Edo Worlds. They do call it a handout, and it's amazing, right? It's amazing that you even said that because you're so true when you say that. Edo Worlds said handout, and that's what they call it when it's coming to us. It's a handout. But when Donald Trump get it, it's not a handout, right? When it's a tax break when he get it. When they're giving it to the Israelis, it's not a handout. It's the humanitarian thing to do when they're giving them billions and billions of dollars. When they're giving it to Ukraine, it's not a handout, right? Billions and billions of dollars in the gave to Ukraine. That's not a handout. You feel me? When they give it to the Afghanis that they done been in war with for over 20 years, that's not a handout. That's not a handout. It's not a handout. When they gave white quote unquote landowners, you know what I'm saying? When they gave them what they actually had runs, I forget the name of the runs where they would run. Stake the ground, that's gonna be their ground. So if they're fast they can run, and fast they can put that stake in the ground, they got land now. You feel me? When they give it to the farmers, not the black farmers, when they give it to the other farmers, when they give them millions and millions and millions of dollars not to farm, right? It's called subsidies. It ain't called a handout. But when it comes to us, and when it's talking about us, just like Edo Worlds pointed out, it's called a handout. Then that's when it's called a handout. You feel me? That's when they call it a handout. I started the report on it, talk about it tonight. Popped up with the Chinese, like 14 cats they rounded up, right? 14 cats. No, actually it's more than that. I think it says it's been going on for about 14 years. And it's like millions and millions and millions of Americans been caught up in this scam. So you imagine the billions and billions of dollars they done scam people out of. You feel me? They are the largest illegal quote unquote immigrant over here. You feel me? But when you see the videos and you see all the discussions now with it being election time, they're talking about, you know what I'm saying, the Venezuelans. They're talking about ISUPK, the Mexicans. They're talking about them crossing the border. They're not talking about the Muslims, even though they got scams that's been going on for 14 years long. Not us. So again, whenever it comes to God's children, his children, it's called handouts. It's called they're illegal. They always got a different special term for us. And we need to realize that Because just like they have a special and different term for us, the Most High has a special and different term for us too, and he calls us Israelites. So you are absolutely correct, Either World. Aqua Diana said money. Give her a hand. Officer Mataz Zakaria said economics. Same thing Aqua Farad said, money. We always think that money is going to fix everything. Money is going to fix it all. I don't care what it is. That's the problem to give us money. We forget that during the time of the quote-unquote Great Depression, we was millionaires and billionaires then. We had our own hospitals. We had our own airstrips. We had our own businesses. You know what I'm saying? Our own theaters. We were building HBCUs, right? We were building college institute, learning institute, higher level of learning institutions for ourselves then, right? We had money. It wasn't about money. We got money now. But let's look at it. Let's look at a couple people that got some money, and we're gonna see if money fixes it, because we think it's money, right? Let's look at a couple people that got money and see if money gonna get it. If you couldn't learn with the businesses and how with the businesses it didn't do it, you ought to be able to tell that it ain't the money ain't gonna work either. But a lot of us think that money is gonna get it. So let's see real quick. Let's see real quick which one I want to pull up. Let's pull up this one right here. We always think that money's going to get it. And a lot of our people lie to us and tell us that money's going to get it. One of the main sets of people that lie to us and tell us that money's going to get it is these cats right here. These be some of the main ones that we listen to. You'd be amazed and surprised how many of us base our lives off of entertainment. We make real life decisions off entertainment. You feel me? From entertainers. You feel me? This right here is a list of, let me get this off the screen, of the richest rappers. You feel me? Or some of the richest rappers who are some of the wealthiest of it. Not to mention the entertainers. You feel me? Not to mention the entertainers. And you have some other brothers and sisters that make more than this. But these are just some of the ones that I brought up. Just for an example. Now this says this is a quick recap of the 50 richest rappers in the world. I say this list with a grain of salt because at one point in time, Kanye was up at the top until he said that the blacks are Jews too. He said two, and you see where he at. He's at number 4 now. Right. So again, we're gonna start with number one. Well, actually, no, we started number 4. So number 4 again, we say Kanye, quote unquote, was a billionaire. I think now they say he coming in. He went from 3-4 billion. You know what I'm saying? To about I think he's a little less than like 400-something million is what they claiming in this report right here now, which may or may not be true. You know what I'm saying? But even with that, left one oppressor daughter to get with another oppressor's daughter. With all that money, all those resources, if y'all haven't heard, Kanye can't even book a show right now. Kanye got a whole album out that he can't even perform. He can't even do concerts nowhere. They done blackballed him and say he can't go. Well, no, he done went to like several different countries, and they won't even allow him to perform. You feel me? Ain't money. Kanye is from Chicago. I'm from Chicago. You feel me? If you ain't ever been to Chicago, I'll just say that his money didn't fix anything in Chicago, and that's what a lot of our neighborhoods where these quote unquote famous entertainers and rappers and so forth come from. You feel me? It didn't fix him. Dr. Dre is married to an oppressor, or he was with an oppressor. You feel me? I've never heard of anything significant Dr. Dre's ever did for any of us. Period. Simple point blank. Period. Never. Saw some pictures with him dressed up. You know what I'm saying? Like the opposite sex. See that? You feel me? Never seen him do anything for us. If I'm not mistaken, I think he's out of Compton. You feel me? Compton used to be a flourishing black neighborhood. A lot of people don't know that. A lot of people just know the new or the Compton of today. But Compton was like the premier. That was like one of the first black quote unquote Hollywoods. You feel me? A lot of my people went there and built Compton up. Black families, you know what I'm saying? They said Compton was beautiful at one point in time. You feel me? That's until the drug era hit. You know what I'm saying? Aqua Farad said even TV like Empire and Power, which was all about success by way of exactly. They give us Empire. They give us it's amazing. Empire, Power, Snowfall. We always got to be the worst of the worst of the worst of the worst just to have any kind of money. You feel me? They make sure they perpetuate that evil, the wicked of us. You feel me? And that's how you make it. That's how you come up. So she is absolutely correct. Officer Mataz Akara said, when did Usher Russell Simmons start rapping? Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So I think, you know what I'm saying, again, with this list, you gotta kind of take it with a grain of salt, you know what I'm saying? And if it's kind of funny that you brought out Russell Simmons, I didn't start with him, but you know, he got issued some papers also. He got issued his copy of Me Too papers as well for alleged abuse. You feel me? Alleged abuse. You feel me? So it's kind of funny that you brought that one out. You know what I mean? But you are absolutely correct. I'm gonna skip number 2 because number 2 is kind of where I was going at. Jay-Z number 1. And it's funny, they only say he had like 2, I think it said 2.5 billion, I think it said now. But if you're familiar with Jay-Z, you know, if you've seen any of our classes, you know that when the whole thing with Colin Kaepernick came out, you feel me? Jay-Z was the one who doused that movement out, right? He's the one who doused that movement out. He's the one who got us to stop taking a knee. You feel me? Stop taking a knee. He's the one that made sure, you know what I'm saying? We weren't gonna hear Colin Kaepernick no more. And once we forgot about him, they let him go, and he ain't touched the football, at least in a professional sense, with the NFL since then. You know what I'm saying? Since then, you feel me? Officer Mataz Akara said if he wasn't a presser, Russell wouldn't be on his list because he would be considered a record executive like Leo Cohn. Exactly. Who got on the Breakfast Club and said that, yeah, he know the music's bad. Yeah, he wouldn't have his children listen to it. Yeah, it's bad to promote drug uses and violence, and it's very bad to it. You know what I'm saying? But he has to eat. He gotta eat. You feel me? This is what he said out of his own doggone mouth. Why he pretends to be us, and he's an imposter, but you're not. You know what I'm saying? But so again, even with the money that Jay-Z got, you know what I'm saying? If I'm not mistaken, I don't think Marcy Projects look no different than what it used to look like when he was there. You feel me? So I don't think money fixed or helped or aided there. Didn't help or aid there. And then we get to number 2. I'm going to show you how money don't fix anything. Number 2 is P. Diddy. Who's familiar with P. Diddy? Who heard anything about P. Diddy this week? You know what I'm saying? Outside of those suspect pictures with him and T.D. Jakes, Mr. getting swallowed up, you know what I'm saying? Outside of those, who's heard of anything with P. Diddy this week? You feel me? Because he got a lot of money. I think in this particular report right here, it says he's at 900 million. You feel me? What could you do with 900 million? You feel me? Shalom, Martin Candia. You feel me? What could you do with 900 million? It might alleviate a whole bunch of headaches, 900 mil. You feel me? So let's take a look at P. Diddy real quick. And that's the one I want to read right there. We always think, we refuse to believe, you know what I'm saying, or follow or listen to what this Bible is saying. And we think that we can fix ourselves without this Bible. We feel like we can pick and choose and grab all these other new ingredients, the money, the freedom, the businesses, you know what I'm saying, even the unity, like my real was saying. We think that we can just put all that together in the pot, stir it up, and that's going to fix us as a people. But it's not going to fix us as a people. How you know it's not going to fix us as a people? Let's look at this little report we got right here. It says, Sean P. Diddy Cohn purchased his Los Angeles home in 2014 for $40 million. You know what I'm saying? It goes through, it's talking about the estate portfolio. Aqua Fry said, locked up, they won't let him out. And her Akon voice and the Hamite voice, locked up, they won't let him out. I don't know if they got him yet, you know what I'm saying? Officer Bataz Akra said Fed raided his spot and he went on a run. Yeah, exactly. If I'm not mistaken, I think he's on what they call the lamb. You know what I'm saying? They call that the lamb. I think he's on the lamb right now. You know what I'm saying? It says, but let's read a little bit of it. Newly built in LA. Was initially bought for $40 million near the Playboy Mansion and Formula One heiress Petra Ecclestone. You feel me? Again, part of our issue. We always try to be like everybody else, except for what the Most High called us to be. European style 2-story villa has 17,000 square feet of living. Now, I don't know if y'all realize how much space that is. You know what I'm saying? I did a little TikTok. Y'all make sure y'all like, share, subscribe. You know what I'm saying? The page on YouTube. You know what I mean? On Instagram and on that TikTok. You know, we've been working real hard on that TikTok. I got a TikTok on there, and you can actually see aerial footage of one of the houses that they raided. You know what I'm saying? And again, I don't know if you really know how big 17,000 square foot is. You feel me? 17,000 square foot. And let's read a little bit more. 9 bedrooms, 11 bathrooms, 3,000. This is an additional 3,000 foot guest home. So a whole apartment complex for a guest home, 3,000 foot guest home. You know what I'm saying? Also enjoyed another separate spa with a steam room, massage room, and beauty salon. Y'all mad in that, Aqua sisters? Well, you know what I'm saying? You want to go get your head on. You got the spa right there in the back. You probably got to get on the golf caddy or get in your car or get your chauffeur to ride you to it. You feel me? But you got your own beauty salon right there on site. In addition to the many bedrooms and bathroom, comes to enjoy the 35-seat movie theater, wine room, fitness studio. Got a lagoon style swim pool. You got a whole lake to go out there and swim in. You know what I'm saying? Underwater tunnel, just like the imposters in New York. You know what I'm saying? That he can swim through. And just like some of y'all have already brought out, you feel me? Just like some of y'all have already brought out, I'm gonna stop this one. If you weren't familiar with all that money, all that excess movie theater, swimming pool, lagoon style swimming pool, you know what I'm saying, your own beauty salon, and so forth and so forth, you would think that he figured it out, right? He figured it out. He unlocked the code. This is what we need. This is what's gonna fix us. But when you get here, earlier this week, moving off this, so it said federal agents raided homes. Home in Miami and the famed one in LA we were just reading about, tied to Sean Combs in LA and Miami, by Homeland Security and so forth. So again, you would think the money fixes everything. But if money fixes everything, how do you explain them raiding both of his homes? Because we have a problem with crime in our neighborhoods, right? We got problems with abuse in our neighborhoods. Poor people, them poor, it sound like poor people problems to me. You feel me? So that didn't fix it. We still suffer. That didn't fix it. We went over Kanye West, Jay-Z. Kanye West even came out of his mouth and said that we the Jews too. You feel me? They hit him with the swipe. They froze up billions that same night, that same day. He said that, if I'm not mistaken. You feel me? So if it's not the fame, if not the fortune, it's not the money, because that's what a lot of us say is gonna fix us. If it's not those things, it's gonna fix us, right? If money didn't fix him, money didn't keep him from being accused of SA assault and S trafficking. It didn't stop any of that. If money doesn't fix it, and all the businesses in the world don't fix it, right? And all these freedoms that we've gotten didn't fix it. If you in here, you know we were stronger. You gotta think about, when you think about Black Wall Street, we built that fresh out of slavery, one generation out of slavery. So it's safe to say that we were stronger then than we are now, and we were less free then than we are now. You got sundown towns now, and if y'all I've been listening or paying attention to the history class that we have every Monday, you know, you heard Officer Mataz Zachariah talk about those sundown towns. You know what I'm saying? And you can pull up, you can type that in your Google machine now, and it'll pull up you a list of sundown towns in 2024. Yeah, it'll pull it up for you. You feel me? So again, with more freedoms, more businesses, more money, more power, more fame, I can keep on going down and down the list. Why are we not fixed as a people? Why we not fixed as a people? So I'm gonna ask one more question. What will fix us? What's gonna fix us as a community? What's gonna fix us as a people? Who could tell me what's gonna fix us if none of that's gonna fix us, right? And again, you can go through any of these channels, look at any of these lives, and for the most part, those are going to be the tools that they're telling us that we need in order to fix us. Those are going to be the recipes they think is going to make this cake, you know what I'm saying, different than what it's been these last hundreds and hundreds of years. You feel me? But with me asking y'all, what's going to fix us? What do y'all think is the ingredient that we need? What's going to fix us? And I give you a hint. We already said it in this class earlier. And it's one word I'm looking for. Aqua from Nas said, following God's laws. You own it. You own it, but it's one word that I'm looking for. You are absolutely correct. Following His laws is going to fit, but it's one word I'm looking for that encompasses all of that. What we need. What we need. What we need. What we need. Aqua Fry said law, statutes, and commandments. I like how you wrote the LLC. LSC. That's gonna stick. We're gonna start using that. LSC. LSC. She said we just need a little LSC. You know what I'm saying? Not no TLC, but a little LSC. You feel me? Little LSC. That's what we're gonna need. Oh, we at time wise. Okay, we got to speed it up a little bit. All right, so for time, I'm gonna go ahead and put I'm going. It's love. Love is what we need. Love is what we need. And it's the same thing. Give Aqua for Raya, give Aqua Ana a hand. Aqua for Raya said, get in the school and learn the truth. Also, Taz Akara said, ISUPK under command junior high and following the laws, statutes, and commandments. And they all are saying the same thing. Coming into the school, you're gonna learn about brotherhood, you're gonna learn about sisterhood. You feel me? You've laws, statutes, and commandments, you're gonna learn that love, following the laws, statutes, and commandments is love. This is what we need. This is what we need. And it got nothing to do with money. And Aqua Fry gave a precept right where we started at love. 1 John chapter 5 and verse 3. It has absolutely nothing to do with money. It has absolutely nothing. We can have all the money in the world, but if we don't got them kind of morals, what we gonna spend it on? What we not gonna put the money at? You feel me? We can have all the businesses in the world. How we gonna treat each other within those same businesses? You feel me? How are those businesses going to benefit our own people if we don't have these laws, statutes, and commandments? We can have all the freedom in the world. They right now, you always hear, you know what I'm saying? A lot of us say we just need our own state. They just give us this, give us that. And at one point in time, I believe that as well. And I do think we will fare off a little bit better because if we got away from them. However, even if we got away from all the other nations, let's say they say forget it. We're gonna clear off us Australia. Australia is all y'all, all so-called black, so-called Latinos, so-called Native Indians. Y'all go to Australia, we ain't gonna mess with y'all no more. Y'all mess with us, gonna call it a day. I think we will fare off better in the beginning, but at some point, we're gonna have disputes amongst one each other. We're not gonna know how to fix it. You feel me? At some point, if we're not teaching our daughters and our sons what marriage is, you feel me? It's gonna fall apart. It's not gonna make it. The law, statutes, and commandments is the love. That's the ingredient. That's what we're missing. This is how we rebuild a nation. This is how we come back to this is how we stop being spoiled. You feel me? Let me get first. I'm going to get Isaiah 30:1. We got a couple more scriptures I want to get to before we get up out of here. Again, at the water for everybody sticking around. If you're in there on TikTok again, make sure you put your comments, questions, concerns in there. Same thing with Facebook and so forth, and all the other channels. Let's get Isaiah 30:1. A lot of the things that I mentioned, right? They come from the oppressor. Main reason why we don't know that we need love and what love is because we look at our history records. We look at this Bible through the eyes of the oppressor. You feel me? We look at this Bible through the eyes of the oppressor. So we think the solutions we always come up with, they come from the oppressor as well. Isaiah 30 in chapter 1 reads, Woe, when you talk about that word woe means destruction. We are destroyed as a people, as a nation of people. And with all the money and resources that Puffy got, Jay-Z got, Diddy got, even Russell Simmons, even Dr. Dre, all those money and resources, and that's just a couple of us. You feel me? That's not even mentioning all the other ones. We still destroyed as a nation of people. You feel me? It says, woe, destruction to the rebellious children. If you got children, boy, you know what that word rebellious means. Ain't nothing like a rebellious child. Well, we are the Most High in the Bible describes us as being a rebellious children. Why? A rebellious child, he refuses to do or follow the instructions coming from his father's mother. He's not going to follow them. You know what I'm saying? Because he's rebelling against them. It says, woe to the rebellious children, saith the Most High, that take counsel. We take counsel. We took counsel. That's why we thought it was the freedom. That's why we thought it was the businesses. That's why we think it's the money. Why? Because we taking counsel. Why? From everybody else and not the Most High. What that pastor tell you? That pastor tell you that, you know what I'm saying, you come here, serve the Lord, you know what I'm saying, put your money in the bucket. God got a blessing for you. And they want to tell you, you know what I'm saying, what America tell you. America tell you that you go to school, you know what I'm saying, invest in yourself. You feel me? Invest in yourself, get these degrees. Our sisters is the number one demographic for college degrees, and they also number one for herpes. Go figure. Go figure. You know what I'm saying? It says that take counsel, but not of me. The counsel we take don't come from the Most High. It comes from the oppressor. It comes from these other religions. It comes from mama and grandma. But guess what? Mama and grandma ain't in the truth. They're not under Commander Junior High. They're not in the ISUPK. So because they're not in the truth, they're not coming. They're not part of ISUPK. They're not giving you the proper counsel. You come in here, you're gonna get righteous counsel. You feel me? And that cover with a covering. We cover with a covering. You think about cover. Think about protection. You feel me? Think about protection. And if you that should, when I talked in the beginning about precepts, right? That should take you back to Adam and Eve. A lot of our people think that Adam and Eve were walking around the garden with no clothes on. They think they were just walking around the garden with no clothes on. Lord showed up and said, hey, where your clothes at? I know y'all done ate from that tree. Y'all ate an apple off that tree because your clothes is gone. Now, how that makes sense, I don't know. But this is what they teach us as far as religion and Christianity. You feel me? This is religion and Christianity. They ate the apple and their clothes disappeared. That ain't what the Bible was saying. When they say that they were naked because they was covered. They didn't have the covering that the Most High gave them. They didn't have these laws, statutes, and commandments, the heritage and culture that the Most High gave them. They had put on something else. They was walking around with a red beard for Ramadan. You feel me? They was walking around putting Christmas gifts under Christmas trees. You feel me? They was giving each other Valentine's Day cards. They had the wrong covering on. You feel me? They were celebrating Thanksgiving. They had the wrong covering on. So it says that take counsel, but not of me, and that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit. You got to think about it like this. When they thought, imagine you having imagine it's raining outside, right? It's raining outside. And you saying, oh, it's raining outside. I got to protect myself from this rain. But instead of you going to put a poncho on, you go put a jogging suit on or a track running suit on. You feel me? You put on 2 t-shirts instead of 1 t-shirt. That's the covering you got on. You ain't covered from anything. You ain't protected from anything. Why? Because you don't have that poncho on that's built for that rain. You feel me? Well, the Most High gave us a poncho to separate us from everybody, shield us from all the other nations and their influences and so forth. We took that off and we put on their coverings, right? We put on their Thanksgiving. We put on their Christmas. We put on their voting. One of our sisters said voting, right? Right? 5 fixing stuff, right? That's that freedom, more rights. We got to get more rights, more representation. We put on voting for the covering. And because we put on voting for the covering, it says, but not of my spirit. That's not the spirit of the Most High, because he never told you to vote. That's not the spirit of the Most High, because he never told you to celebrate Christmas. He never tell you to celebrate Thanksgiving. You feel me? He didn't tell you that getting a degree, get that degree, you're gonna be all right. He didn't tell you that. He didn't tell you that, but he did tell you to follow these laws, statutes, and commandments. You feel me? Follow these laws, statutes, and commandments, that they may add sin to sin. Sin is the transgression of the law. Sin has a definition just like love has a definition. So by us not, again, taking on his covering, by us not doing what the precept, the aqua diana pool, you know what I'm saying, fearing the Most High, serving him, we take on the covering of the other nations. This is why we suffer as a result. This is why we in the situation we are as the people. This is why the money didn't fix it, the businesses didn't fix it, the freedom didn't fix it. None of that's gonna fix it. Why? Because we have the wrong covering on. Because we don't have the covering of the Most High. You feel me? Let's get another. We getting close on time, but let's get another because I want to get to the topic of the class with that being spoiled. If you try to make a cake, you know what I'm saying. You try to make a cake. You feel me? You put rotten eggs in the cake to make the cake. You feel me? The milk done went bad. You use that to make the cake. It don't matter how many spices you add to it. You feel me? It don't matter what you do to it. You feel me? It's not gonna change the outcome of that cake. So many times we've tried to remake, add this, add that. We end up making them a potato salad with the raisins and trying to follow these other nations. And then we wonder why we have the same result each time. Something that's unedible, something that's not sustainable, something that's not going to last. You feel me? And it's because of this right here. Let's go ahead and get it. Let's stop this one right here. And let's get Jeremiah chapter 2 and verse 14. Let's get Jeremiah chapter 2 and verse 14. We got 2 more verses I want to get to before we get up out of here. And we're going to be good. We're doing great on time. The water for everybody sticking around. And again, if you got any questions, go ahead and drop them in the chat. Don't be scared. This ain't your church. This ain't the Christian church. You feel me? Now, not only is this not your Christian church, you feel me? That word school in the Hebrew, you feel me? Or that word church, Salaki in the Hebrew, that means school. Bayaf Saparium. Now, you know what I said when I just said that means you need to tune in Friday for the Lashawan Kodash class. We teach the Hebrew, right? You know what I'm saying? That means school. You're supposed to be coming here to learn. When you go to that church, you don't go there, you don't learn anything. What you learn? You learn past the favorite color. You feel me? You learn what pastor favorite song is when you go to that church. You know what I'm saying? You learn what they like. You learn what the favorite son of the choir like to sing when they go to that church. You learn what the first lady, what flowers she like when you go to that church. You don't learn nothing about what the Bible is saying. And that's the problem. So you never learn how to love one another. You never learn what actually fixes our community, what actually fixes one another. You feel me? This is what we're here for. This is what that church is supposed to be doing. You don't even learn that, you know what I'm saying, the Sabbath is the 7th day. You in there on the 1st day. You feel me? Y'all, you can't even get that part right. And you're wondering why nothing is going right in your life. You wonder why nothing is going right with us as a nation. Right? Because we don't put that covering of the Most High on. We put the covering of another nation on. You feel me? Jeremiah chapter 2 and verse 14. Jeremiah chapter 2 and 14. Another one of my favorite scriptures, because again, so many of us, you can ask any black person, especially if they in that church, they will be the first ones to tell you, I ain't no slave. I ain't no slave. Right? But they believe in this Bible, the Officer Mataz Zachariah. You feel me? Oh, they believe in this Bible. They know this Bible. What they first thing they tell, I know this Bible. I know that Bible. What the Bible said, is Israel a servant? Right? Is he a servant? Is he a homeborn slave? And it's a rhetorical question. You look at our people, we happy to be slaves here. We happy to be the servant to the oppressor here. We happy to do it. We don't want to be in rulership. See, rulership requires work, right? It says to love, you got to love what? Like how we read, when we read John, 1 John chapter 3 and 18, it says to love and deed. Say we love one another, we'll be rebuilding this nation. That requires love. How you love? Indeed. That's an action word. But think about being a slave, right? Think about being a slave. Food gonna be brought to you. You know what I'm saying? Everything's provided for you. You got to work for this. You got to work for that. Oppressor's gonna tell you everything you need to do to be successful. And that's what they've drilled us down to. This is what we at. This is why the scripture is saying, is Israel a servant? Is he a homeborn slave? Why is he spoiled? Why is he spoiled? And that's the question I got for everybody in the chat right now. Why is he spoiled? Right? When it's talking about Israel, just to break the scripture down, it's talking about so-called blacks, so-called Latinos, so-called Native Indians, right? And it's saying, is he a servant? You feel me? He like being in subjection. He like all his food come from his oppressor. All his water come from his oppressor. His livelihood, the money he make, how he take care of his family comes from his oppressor. All the rules and ordinance that he follows comes from his oppressor. Everything his oppressor tells him, he does. Everything. He does absolutely nothing I tell him to do. Is he a servant? Is he a homeborn slave? You feel me? He born this way. He gonna be born this way, gonna be alive this way. It's how he'll always be, his children this way. He sees absolutely nothing wrong with it. Same place they stole you, right? Brought you here, you're still over there, but you don't consider yourself to be stolen. You still work for every piece of bread that you put in your doggone mouth, and you barely get enough of that. You work just enough so you can get out and go work again the next day. You feel me? Everything that you do is dictated and ordained by your oppressor. And you're happy with it. You fight for it. You fight your other brothers and sisters who's trying to actually give you freedom. The Bible says, for the truth shall make you free. So when you hear your other brothers and sisters out there telling you the truth, you fight and you argue against them. Right? Even you other fake Israelite groups. You fight and argue from the same place where you were birthed at. Every Israelite group. If you are tuning in, and maybe you ain't saying nothing because you ain't ISUPK. There's no cowards in here. You feel me? If you are tuning in, if you are from another group, right? You got the tassels on the bottom of your shirt. Well, that was never One West. If you say you one, you in the truth, that's a One West slogan. That came out of ISUPK. If you were a quote unquote Israelite, who taught you was a quote unquote Israelite? Because it wasn't Putin. Putin just came out and said that they were revealing what the color of Christ was, what the color of the disciples was, right? Well, we've been saying this since 1969. You feel me? So why you fight when you claim sweeping down and claim you an Israelite, but you didn't know that before 1969? You feel me? You didn't know that before the ISUPK, but you went off and started your own thing. Are you a servant? You a homeborn slave? The Bible is telling us how to Zephaniah 2:1 come together to get this thing fixed. You feel me? Why is he spoiled? So that's my question for everybody. Why are we spoiled? We got one more scripture. Why is he spoiled? And if you know the precept I'm going to, go ahead and let me know. If you know the precept I'm going to, Lord, let me know. Before we get this scripture, I want to get the definition of spoiled. Let me get the definition of spoiled real quick. Let's pull that. Let's stop this. Why are we spoiled? So first, who can tell you? If you can tell me what spoiled means, what you think spoiled is? What is spoiled? And then let me know why are we spoiled. So why are we spoiled, or what is spoiled, and why are we spoiled? Why are we spoiled as a nation? All the money, all the businesses, all the freedom we get. Why are we still spoiled as a nation? All right, I'm gonna type in spoiled. I mean, there's two things I wanted to get tonight. Might not get to the other one though, because I don't want to keep us too long. All right, I don't see no crowd. I know y'all still with me. We got a lot of folks in the chat now. Why are we spoiled, and what is spoiled? I'm gonna go ahead and read off what spoiled is for time's sake. I'm gonna go ahead and read off what spoiled is for time's sake. You know what I'm saying? But if y'all can tell me, why do y'all feel or think that we spoiled? Spoiled. Definition 1: to damage seriously, ruin. Why are we damaged so seriously? Why are we ruined as a nation? Because we ruined as a nation. You feel me? We ruined as a nation. We damaged. We damaged seriously as a nation. You look at some of this stuff online. You look at some of the influences that we got. You imagine we can just keep it on Puffy, on P. Diddy or Puffy, whatever he calling himself. You imagine having that much wealth, that amount of resources, and you on the land. You feel me? Multiple homes bigger than college institutions. You know what I'm saying? But you want to run. You still ain't figured it out. Why that's a damaging thing. That's how you have all of that and you still ain't figured it out. You feel me? How we ain't figured it out as a people? How we ain't figured it out as a nation? Why are we so damaged? Why are we ruined? It said definition B, to impair the quality or effect of. We the best of everything. You feel me? But when you look at the quality of us, we the best of everything. You look at that quality. You look at the effect that we have no effect. All those millionaires we got, all those billionaires we got, why they can't affect our state, our nation as a people? Why? Because we're spoiled. Why are we spoiled? Definition 2, to impair the disposition or character of by overindulgence or excessive praise. You feel me? Now this is getting more to, you know what I'm saying, like you have a spoiled child or whatever, but when it's talking about in the Bible, it's more along that line of the definition 1 and this definition 3 right here: pillage or rob. Everybody's probably heard of that saying on spoils of war. right? Well, we are conquered people. We were conquered, right? We were conquered and put into slavery. We are conquered people. You feel me? So we are the spoils of war. We've been, definition 3A, pillaged. We've been pillaged as a people. You look at our Native Indian brothers and sisters. This nation was pillaged and robbed from them. You feel me? Our lives were pillaged and robbed from us. Definition B, despoil or strip. And definition 4, to seize by force. We were seized by force of these other nations, and we've never rebounded from any of them. You feel me? So why are we spoiled? It's a specific reason. It's a specific thing, reasons behind why are we spoiled as a people. Because we mentioned the money, right? We mentioned the money. We mentioned the businesses. We mentioned the freedom. All of those things we mentioned. We showed people that have that. We showed people that had that. And they were still in the same situation as the poorest of us, right? Puffy on the run right now, like some brothers I noticed in the hood. So it's not the money, it's not the power, it's not the fame, it's not the businesses. You know what I'm saying? Puffy's considered to be a mogul. It's not the freedom. He got his own Gulfstream jet that they tracking. You feel me? So it's not the freedom. You feel me? Officer Mataz Akara said Proverbs 26:2. Let's get it. Let's stop this one. Right, let's stop this and let's get Proverbs 26:2. I'm gonna pull this one up. Hold on. And the water for everybody again sticking around. We're a little bit over the time. We're gonna give me a couple more. We're gonna be out of here. Give me a couple of more, and we are gonna be out of here. All right, so we're gonna get Proverbs 26:2. And the question was, why are we spoiled? Shalom, Yahweh Shema, the brown copper goddess Thomasina on TikTok. The question right now is, why is our nation spoiled? So-called Black, so-called Latino, so-called Native Indian. You know what I'm saying? Why are we spoiled as a people? Why are we spoiled as a people? Officer Mataz Akara said Proverbs chapter 26 and verse 2. Let's get it. Now, let's get it. Proverbs 26 and chapter 2. Officer Mataz Akara said, not following the laws while we are spoiled and conquered. I'm with you. I think you are on it. I think you are absolutely correct on that. Proverbs 26:2 reads, as the bird by wandering, as the swallow by flying, so the curse causes shall not come. You know what I'm saying? I always hear, we always hear Officer, Falakia, Captain Natazat Nashad, Captain 10,000, Salakia, Captain 10,000, Natazat Nashad, you know what I'm saying? Break this down. He always break it down so beautifully as far as a curse does not come without a cause. That's what they're saying right here. As the bird by wandering, as a swallow by flying, so the curse causes shall not come. Meaning we wouldn't be in this state if it wasn't for a reason. You feel me? We serve a merciless, gracious, you know what I'm saying, loving God, but he is a father. He is a father. So we wouldn't be cursed or punished the way that we are if it didn't have a cause behind it. And it is a cause behind it, because he told us to follow those laws, statutes, and commandments, and we refuse to do it. He also told us that by us not following the laws, statutes, and commandments, the wages of sin are death. There's going to be consequences behind you not following them. You feel me? And we are suffering, living out the consequences behind us not following these laws, statutes, and commandments. So he is absolutely correct. Now, last scripture I want to pull. I want to get this scripture. Again, I say last, you know what I'm saying, but it is one more thing I wanted to show y'all, you feel me? But we may not get to that last one, but we're going to see. We're going to try. We're going to see. We're going to see. We're going to see. We might go a little bit over tonight. I'll give us a couple more minutes. We're going to get up out of here. The while again for everybody sticking around. You feel me? What's going on to Sammy 84 Joe on TikTok. So I'm going to stop this one. Let me stop this real quick. And what I want to pull is, I should have kept it up. I needed that. Let's pull it back up. We're on the same screen. Let's go to, we already pulled Jeremiah 2. Let's going to pull up this one. What I want to pull is, again, we get into why we spoiled. Why we're in a state of decay like we are. Why, you know what I'm saying? We still, why we in the state, why are we in the condition that we are as a people, as a nation? Why are we spoiled? And we're going to get it right here. But I want to go to Colossians chapter 2 and verse 8. I want to go to Colossians chapter 2 and verse 8. Now, hopefully you got your pen and your paper and you're writing these scriptures down. You feel me? Helping you writing these scriptures down, because one thing you're not going to get in that church and these different religions, you're not going to get the breakdown on these scriptures. So, you know what I'm saying? They go in there and read a whole bunch and they're not teaching you anything. We're going to teach you what they mean, what they saying, you know what I'm saying? The sister Akwaf Rai said, Kwam Yasha'Allah, Kwam Yasha'Allah. Damn right, Akwaf, you know what I'm saying? And that just means in the Hebrew, rise Israel. Rise Israel. And we are in here in the ISUPK, we are rising. And we are trying our damnedest to bring up the rest of our nation and have them rise with us as well. You feel me? And the beginning of that, you know what I'm saying? The Bible says that the fear of the Most High is the beginning of wisdom. You want to be wise, you have to fear the Most High. You feel me? And if you don't know what he requires, what he says do, or what he says not to do, it's going to be very hard for you to fear him. You feel me? Colossians chapter 2 and verse 8 says, beware. So again, the question was why are we spoiled? Well, the Bible's going to tell us right now why we spoiled. It says, beware lest any man spoil you, right? It says, beware, be cautious. Watch out now. Lest any, again, this Bible, this is given to us from by the Father. Cautionary tales. Look, don't do this, do that. Move this way, walk that way. Treat your brothers like this. You feel me? Watch out for your sisters. Treat your sisters like that. Sisters, y'all listen to your brothers like this. Brothers, y'all listen to Christ. Y'all follow Christ like this. The whole Bible is wrote just like that. So it said, beware lest any man spoil you. This is how he did. This is how he gonna spoil you, through philosophy and vain deceit, after the tradition of men, after the rudiments of the world, and not after Christ. You feel me? So I'm gonna ask again. We're reading Colossians chapter 2 and verse 8. How are we spoiled? Why are we spoiled? What methods are used to spoil us? Maybe that's a better way of phrasing it. What methods are used to spoil us? Why are we spoiled? Colossians chapter 2 verse 8 says, beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit, after the tradition of men, after the rudiments of the world, and not after Christ. Philosophies like your Christianity, your Islam, you feel me? Your Buddhist, your Hinduism, your Democrat Republican, those different philosophies, and vain deceit. 17,000 square feet, lagoon style pool. You feel me? Vain deceit. You feel me? After the tradition of men. Your tradition of men, your Christmases, your birthdays, your different traditions of men that you have. After the rudiments of this world. Well, Job 9:24 said this world is given into the hand of the wicked. So by following their traditions, their customs, following the Romans, right? Valentine's is a Roman. That's Remus and Romulus. That's a Roman tradition. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? Following the Romans, following the Greeks, following what they do. If you're in an alternative lifestyle, well, guess what? You learned that from the Romans. Being monogamous. We ain't touch on that in the laws tonight. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times we bring up polygamy. We bring up having more than one wife, and they can't stand us when it's in the Bible, when it's the truth of the Bible. You feel me? We don't realize how monogamy destroys us. Monogamy makes you an adulterer. You feel me? According to the definition of the Bible, the monogamy is going, like how Usher say, you make me want to leave the one I'm with to start a new relationship. Well, in our culture, that's forbidden in our culture. That's against our law in our culture. You feel me? This is part of the traditions of men, the rudiments of this world. Vain philosophy and vain deceit. We got a couple of answers. Officer Mataz Akara said Christianity, and he's absolutely correct. Akwaf Rai said church. You feel me? All those are philosophies and vain deceits. They are the tradition of men. They're the rudiments of this world, and it's not after Christ. This is how we're spoiled. This is how we spoiled, and this is how you read this Bible. This is how you break these scriptures down. This is how you read precept upon precept and line upon line. All right, so last thing. So again, the water, Most High Christ, the water for the class participation. We got one more thing I wanted to go over, and then we out of here. And I don't want to save it until next time. I'd rather us get it right now. You feel me? Yeah, I'd rather us get it tonight. It's going to be the last thing, then we're going to be up out of here tonight. So a question I got, who's ever heard of AAVE? Now, if y'all follow the TikTok page, you already know where I'm going. If you follow the TikTok page on ISUPK_VA, if you follow that, then you already know where I'm going. The brothers and sisters on TikTok, maybe y'all already followers of the page, you know what I'm saying? And if so, then y'all know where I'm going as well. Y'all can answer as well in the chat. Who knows what AAVE is? Who knows? Now I'll give y'all a second to answer that. Who knows what AAVE is? Who knows what AAVE is? If you don't know, let's go to because I what I noticed Officer Matazakar, I think when I don't be getting them answers real fast, I think they hitting that Google machine. They try and get a little assistance, you know what I'm saying, from Google. So let's pull up, let's stop this one right here, right? Go back to the main screen. And let's go back to the Merriam. Let's go back to the Merriam dictionary. Let's see if Merriam knows what AAVE is, because I had never heard of it before, right? It's the last thing we're gonna cover for the night. I had never heard of AAVE. You know what I'm saying? But that's the thing about this oppressor. That's the thing about this world. When the scripture we just read in Colossians 2:8, it says the rudiments of this world. That's one of the things it's talking about. What's going on? Uga Booga on TikTok, Green Eye Beauty 86 on TikTok. You know what I'm saying? How y'all doing? But that's one of the things about this world, the rudiments of this world we just got through reading about. You know what I'm saying? This world can change. It's going to switch up this, switch up that. The thing about this Bible, the thing about the Most High, the thing about his laws, statutes, and commandments, they don't change. They don't change. You feel me? Scripture say they don't change so that the sons of Jacob won't be consumed. So we're not consumed, because if they did change, or it wouldn't be no chance for us. It wouldn't be no hope for us if his laws, statutes, and commandments change. So it's a blessed thing that they don't. But let's get it. AAVE. Again, I hadn't heard of it. You know what I'm saying? Until earlier this week. So if you haven't heard of it, AAVE is African American Vernacular English. Now I'm gonna see who all paying attention, right? Who knows what the old word for that was? Because they used to have an old word for this. You know what I'm saying? They used to have an old word for this. AAVE. This is the new and improved. And then when I looked up on it, right, it said it came out in 1991. I swear I was still in school then. I never heard no AAVE. But I did know it by another name. African American Vernacular English. AAVE. Who knows what that old word for this was? Start with an E. End with an S. Who remembers what this old word used to be? AAVE. Think about Esau. Think about this oppressor. They're going to switch this up. They're going to change the definition of that, change the definition of this. But the thing about it is they cannot change what the Most High said do. We do the same thing. We try to change the ingredients and change this, change that, not realizing the Most High said that we were spoiled. The Most High said that you can't fix it without laws, statutes, and commandments. Give Akwaf a hand. If I had a prize, I would give it to you. Ebonics. It's Ebonics. They used to call it Ebonics back in the day, but now it's called AAVE. You feel me? They call it AAVE. And let me show you why this is so important. Let me show you why this is so important. Again, Sister Aisha said Ebonics. Y'all are absolutely correct. You feel me? This is what I knew it as before. You feel me? Ebonics or talking like the oppressor. You know what I'm saying? This is what I knew of, talking proper. I'm sorry, not talking proper, not talking like the oppressor, not being proper. You feel me? I knew it as Ebonics as well, but now they're calling it AAVE. Let me show you why AAVE. Let me show you how it affects you. Like I said, if you already seen the TikTok, then you know where I'm going with it. But again, when I saw this report, it just tripped me out when I saw it. I'm gonna stop this. What I want to pull up, where is it at? Yeah, let's pull up that one. Let's pull up this one right here. When I saw it, it just tripped me out because, again, things change, but they stay the same. All right, it says as AI. Everybody knows AI is artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence. It says as AI tools get smarter, they're growing more covertly racist. Go figure. Experts find, right? Chat GPT and Gemini discriminate against those who speak AAVE otherwise known as African American Vernacular English. Let's read a little bit. Let's read a little bit up. A team of technology and linguistics researchers revealed this week that large language models like ChatGPT, Gemini, they hold racist stereotypes about speakers of AAVE, right? Then it specifies an English dialect created and spoken by Black Americans, right? We know that these technologies are really commonly used by companies to do tasks like screening job applicants. So you fill in that application, right? You done filled in 1,500 applications this week, and you wondering why ain't nobody calling you back. You may be utilizing AAVE. Maybe they can detect or realize that you are a Black American. So this is why even the AI ain't having nobody call you back for the job, right? Hoffman explained that previously researchers only really looked at what overt racial bias these technologies might hold and never examined how the AI systems react to less overt markers of race, like dialect differences. So not only are they very overtly racist, these are just some of the subtle things that they kind of missed missed their radar with, right? So it just read where you fill in an application. Bet you done, put in an application, did everything you could. Nobody calls you back. You wondering why, right? Let's keep reading. Black people who use AAVE in speech, which is looking for Black Americans. But I guess so. If you don't sound like you're Black, if you sound like you're an oppressor, you're going to be better off. I know to experience racial discrimination in a wide range of contexts, including education, employment, housing, and legal outcomes. So now a lot of us are going around using ChatGPT for this, using the AI for this, and you using it for that, not realizing that if you're Black, you're gonna get a less than desired outcome in education and your employment. So you're not getting accepted into that school. You're not finna get called back for this job. Your housing application is gonna get denied, and then your legal outcomes. We're gonna specify that a little bit more. It's not gonna go the way that it's not gonna go in a more desired way. All because you're Black. All because you sound Black and the AI know that you're Black. Nothing based off of right and wrong. Nothing based off of this fair, not fair, precedent of this case, that case, just because you're Black. Let's go a little bit more. Hoffman has asked the AI models to assess the intelligence and employability of people who speak using AAVE compared to people who speak using what they dub standard American English. For example, the AI model was asked to compare the sentence, "I'd be so happy when I wake up from a bad dream because they be feeling too real," right? To, "I am so happy when I wake up from a bad dream because they feel too real." So it's, again, little subtle differences. Now, you know, our children have been living off the internet and typing and text for the last, especially since COVID, but really 10 years prior to that. So the AI can pick up on that. The AI knows if you're Black and you typing versus if you're white and you typing. You feel me? If you're using quote unquote AAV. Couple more things I want to read about this, and then we're going to be good on this one. The models were significantly more likely to describe AAVE speakers as stupid and lazy, assigning them to lower paying jobs. We put on a cover and it's not of ours. We put so much faith and so much stock in these people. You got some of us that feel like AI is gonna fix everything, right? We feel like, again, new ingredient, AI, this brand new added to the mix. Same result, same outcome. And it's the same result and it's the same outcome because we don't realize it's coming from the same people, the same oppressor, followed underneath the same prophecies that the Most High already made. Last thing I'm going to read about this, because you may not be thinking, I know it ain't Charlie, but it may be somebody out there thinking, well, that's not really a big deal. You should be talking proper English. You know what I'm saying? They might be thinking it's not such a big deal. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? They might not believe it. They might not believe the severity of it, right? Let me show you one more thing about this AAVE and AI. Let me show you how it can be a little bit more significant. Matter of fact, this right here in the same one. I'm going to keep going. I was going to go to another page, but I just saw it right here. The AI models were also significantly more likely to recommend a death penalty for hypothetical criminal defendants that use AAVE in their court statements. Now, I want y'all to let that sink in for a little bit. I want to let y'all. I want that to really sink in for a little bit. So not only is it not going to give you the job, not only is it not going to accept you to the school, not only is it going to call you stupid and you're lazy, you feel me? But also, when it's being used in your court case, it's going to recommend the death penalty. You feel me? That's what it's going to recommend for you because you utilize AAVE, because you spoke like you were black, because you sounded like a black person, not because you were guilty of the crime. Notice it didn't say none of that. Not because you're guilty of the crime, because you weren't qualified for the job, none of that. Not based off your prior record, your grades, none of the above, all based off of you using AAVE or Ebonics or talking like I sounded like you're black. It don't matter what ingredients we keep trying to add. We keep trying to add this, add that. It's us being free. It's us having money. It's us having businesses. Well, if we use AI, we just take the person out of it. We're going to be all right. You know what I'm saying? We just haven't evolved to that certain level. You feel me? We come up with any and every excuse there is in the doggone book. But the thing is, you know what I'm saying? Akwaf Aisha said, shaking her head, damn right. It's can't make it up. You can't make it up. You can't make this up. You feel me? She said, this is crazy. It's absolutely crazy. It's absolutely crazy, but it's also prophetic. And when I say that, I'm saying the Bible says they're going to have a perpetual hatred towards you. It's nothing you can do that will ever fix it. The Bible says that we got to love one another. You feel me? Love is to follow these laws, statutes, and commandments. And anything we do outside of that, it's not going to be successful. You can put all your faith in your money. You can put your faith in your businesses. You can put your faith in your freedom. You can put your faith in this technology. You can put your faith in your voting. You can put your faith in all of that. But if you're not putting your faith in the word of the Most High, it's not going to be successful. It's not going to be successful. If you're a so-called Black, Latino, Native Indian, you feel me? We got one way, one ticket. You know what I'm saying? One ticket. Un boleto, one ticket. You know what I'm saying? Uno boleto, one ticket out of here. You feel me? One ticket to, you know what I'm saying, rebuilding this nation and coming back and doing this the right way. Anything else is gonna fail, and that's following these laws, statutes, and commandments. That's going back to that brotherhood and that sisterhood that we always talk about. Either world said just wicked. It absolutely is wicked. It is wicked. But do you really expect anything else? I was gonna be done, but either a world said just wicked. So I got to get one more. This last scripture, I promise, and we out of here, is gonna be real short. Last one. Either a world said just wicked, and it is just wicked. But again, with us knowing what these laws, statutes, and commandments, what this Bible actually say, if you were here in these classes, you shouldn't be surprised. And let me show you why you shouldn't be surprised. Last scripture I'm gonna pull, Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 13. Last one I'm gonna pull. Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 13. Let's get it. I could go to Obadiah. And show you how, you know what I'm saying, how violent, how wicked these people are. I can go to Hebrews and it'll show you how profound Esau is. You feel me? I can show you all of those things, the different characteristics of Esau. I could also go to Obadiah, you know what I'm saying, 1 and 3, and it says, the pride of thine heart deceived thee. They are the most proudest, arrogant people on the planet. Don't think they did nothing wrong and did everything wrong. You feel me? I can go there, but what I want to go, we're going to go to Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 13, and we're going to call it a night off this scripture right here. Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 13. You know, the world said it's just wicked, and it is just wicked. It is just wicked. But one thing you want to always keep in mind, in Malachi, it tells us in Malachi that the Most High doesn't change. You feel me? The Most High doesn't change. It doesn't change. His word don't change. You know what I'm saying? When they try to give you that line, fake Christ came with a new covenant, a new mission or whatever, that's a lie. That's a lie. Christ came in to do his Father's business like we're supposed to be doing our Father's business, like we're supposed to be following Christ. Period, point blank. Simple as that. I'm going to get Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 13, and we're going to get up out of here for the night. The water for everybody that's not stood around. You know what I'm saying? Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 13. Either world said that's just wicked. Ecclesiastes 7:13 says, consider the work of the Most High. When you think about everything the Most High has done, you know, this earth is built to replenish itself. It's built to be self-sufficient. You feel me? If we never touched it and left it alone, it would come right back. It'd come back, you know what I'm saying? How they say, like crack in the 80s, you know what I mean? It would heal itself. It will replenish itself. Think about it. It rains, the rain goes up, the same rains come back down. Your rivers, your oceans, they never overlap. They never overlap. You never hear about Atlantic Ocean splitting to the Pacific Ocean and they all mix up. Never, because the way the Most High made it was perfect. If you consider the work of the Most High. This word, 5,000 years old, you feel me? And still prophetic to this very day. To the letter, to the T. They are forming themselves in the valley of Jehoshaphat right now. Right now, Armageddon is forming right before our eyes. Even though they stole our records, the records say y'all gonna have a world war. The records say if you just get back what you stole, they couldn't do it. The records say I'm gonna bring all y'all together for World War III. They can't stop themselves. Gave them the playbook and they still can't. They can't stop themselves. Right? That's just how consider the work of the Most High. You feel me? It says, "For who can make that straight, which He have made crooked." When we look at things like that AI and how Edo World said it's just wicked, stuff that they didn't have to do. You feel me? Stuff that they didn't have to do. Resources that they don't have to exclude us from because they give them to everybody else. You feel me? When we built everything, we built everything. We participated in every war. We birthed your babies. Anything you've ever asked us to do, we've done it. And as much as they try to use that excuse, well, look at black on black crime. It's against us. It ain't got nothing to do with y'all. So it's really no excuse for it, but they are the wicked. Job 9:24 said the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Knowing that they are the wicked, you got to also know this scripture right here. Consider the work of the Most High. The Most High made them to be that way. And because He made them to be that way, nothing we're going to do is going to straighten them out. You feel me? No amount of voting, no amount of economic resources we build, no amount of businesses that we come up with, none of that. You feel me? You can go to church every Sunday for the rest of your days, you and your whole family. None of that is going to stop them from being crooked. How the Most High made them to be crooked. How them being wicked, how the Most High made them to be wicked. And with that, if we don't have any other questions, comments, or concerns, it's 9:29. We're going to go ahead and end it right there. The water for everybody in class tonight. The water for everybody joining class tonight. If we don't have any other questions, comments, or concerns, I'm going to find these. Let me find these security announcements so we can get up out of here. Oh, a yonder bar, you know what I'm saying? Issachar Power. We really address ourselves as brothers and sisters. You know what I'm saying? If anything, you a prince of the power. You feel me? Because we got a king. We reserve that title king for our King Christ. You know what I'm saying? But a yonder bar, which means you're welcome. You know what I'm saying? And hey. We gonna get what the Most High wants us to get to. We just got to go through these laws, statutes, and commandments in order to get there. Once we do that, we won't be spoiled no more. If you know anything about that kitchen, nobody cook like us. Nobody cook like us. You know what I'm saying? So we just got to get the right ingredients and get in there and get it going. You know what I'm saying? And to Issachar Power again, Most High in Christ. Most High in Christ. We don't say all praises too much up in here. We always say Most High in Christ. You know what I'm saying? Just to make sure credit get to where it got to get to. But the water for you joining us tonight. And with that, we're gonna get the security announcement. We made it the whole class on TikTok. Most High in Christ. We made it the whole class on TikTok. We didn't offend the AI. And look, now you know why TikTok act the way it do, because I think that's run by AI software. We know why I don't like, because I use a lot of AAVE, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Let it tell us, I'm gonna leave it at that. We made it this far. I ain't finna get put off now. You know what I'm saying? All right, so with that, the water officer Bataz Akarab, the water Akwafa Aisha, we're gonna go ahead and get these security announcements and get on up out of here before TikTok kick me off. You feel me? We did great tonight. And speaking of TikTok, y'all make sure y'all like, share, subscribe the page. Jump in those comment sections. The whole earth swapping down. Putin came out. Vladimir Putin came out with something so remarkable and groundbreaking, even though we've been saying the same thing since 1969, utilizing those same Russian iconoclasm, the Russian icon books, the whole nine. You feel me? So y'all jump in those comment sections and let it be known. You feel me? We are the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Started out of 1 West, 125th Street, out of Harlem, New York. Since 1969, we've been teaching the truth of the Bible to so-called Black, so-called Latinos, so-called Native Indians, are God's chosen people. You feel me? Rule for a new brother and a sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. We read about that tonight, found in Numbers chapter 18 and 21, also in Malachi chapter 3, verses 8 through 10. Tithe in the Hebrew is ma'ashara. It means tenth of every penny of any increase the Most High gives you. You want to give that to the Treasury Department or the teacher. You feel me? If you find some money on the floor, you win a lawsuit, win a settlement, you win the lottery, whatever it may be, 10%, 90% of that is yours. That other 10% goes to the Most High. You want to get that to the brothers and sisters, to the priests and prophets of the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. We also have we get it to the Treasury Department of the teacher. We also have a priest fund. That's going to be a free will offering for the priest. It's not mandatory. That can be in whatsoever amount or form that you would like. Upcoming holy convocations. If you don't know, now you know. April 20th, we got the Passover. Lord's 55th. See it in the background. We got the Lord's 55th annual Passover. I don't know about y'all, but I'm excited. It's going to be a glorious, glorious thing. Glorious, glorious time. You feel me? I can't wait till we all get together. And again, our holy days are a commandment from the Most High. They're not optional. So you know what I'm saying? Do what you got to do to get on down. Pay that Passover fee. 200, 18 and over, 18 and under, or 17 and under. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be free. It's going to be a week long, full of events. You feel me? Starting with the lamb slaughter that Wednesday. You feel me? Going all the way up to the Passover on the 20th. Feast of Unleavened Bread that day. The day afterwards. So again, by all means, make sure y'all make y'all way down to Durham, North Carolina, for the Lord's 55th annual Passover. And with that, if there's any brothers that want to be a trooper in the school, if you're checking out the classes, you want to be a trooper in the school, you ready to get your hands dirty, come on in here and get some of this work. Make sure that you are in all black boots, shirts, pants, headband, war scarf. Sister, make sure your head is covered when you're in class. And with that, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah Barakatah to the brothers, Yahweh Shema Lathan Ba Shem Yahweh Shah to the sisters. The water, Aqua Fraya. Again, the water, to everybody join us and sticking around with us. I'm gonna hit you with the promo for the Passover before we get up out of here. With that, shalom. Maybe, hold on. I ain't having page set up. Some Taz Akara. Now I'm gonna say it. And with that, I still ain't on the right page. Oh, here we go. Shalom.
Israel, the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge, under commanding General Yohana, presents the Lord's 55th annual Passover. That's right, the Lord's 55th annual Passover is rapidly approaching. Commanding General Yohana is calling for all blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans to remember what the Lord did for us by saving us from our oppressors and choosing us to be a special people unto him, the real Jews and Israelites. Passover will be held in Durham, North Carolina. Pay your Passover fee. Anyone 17 years of age or older must pay $200. Come and enjoy fresh lamb, unleavened bread, and the Spirit of Christ. Can't wait to see you all there, Israel. Shalom.
Gathered on streets and corners, all is feeling righteous. Real particular, nobody else there to compare to. Train for war, men of war, and war like apparel. Prefer our leaders, can't get between us.
Fuck wrong with you, boy? You know what time it is, nigga. Better watch how you step in. Yeah. But that was my niggas. I'm in it, yo. Got my nigga Rewan with me. But that was my niggas, it'll be an honor. You know what I'm saying? Under commanding General Yohana. That shit ain't gon' stop till we on top and we ballin', my nigga. We be fly as fuck, you know them bitches be stalking my niggas. That shit'll never change and it's the same with all my niggas. City to city, I should be at home, that's what my ribs say. But bitch, I'm grown, I'm in these streets and closed caption. Niggas know we bout that action. If a nigga play with me, then my hock can gon' let him have it. Hey, think you the shit, this truth the shit. Nigga play, I let that Ruger hit. Get on them tracks, they be like, who is this? I'm rude with it. Ain't got no manners. All them pussy niggas talkin' shit. Yeah, I know they can't stand us, but we UPK, Louisiana, bitch, that's what I'm reppin'. And my niggas solid number, real ones in my section. If you wanna get down, put your boots on, start steppin'. Brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood I lay my life down right now for all my sisters and brothers, because I love them. I see them dapping and hug them. It's amazing to see how well we adapt from the struggle. Born again from a life of sin, trapped in the gutter. My mind frame was to kill my own kind. Feeling inferior, waking up ready to die. Run with them killers, so it's just a matter of time. For why take your life or let you take mine? That's when I realized the slaves killing slaves, while the white man live to get old. We in them graves, shit got me feeling played. I opened the Bible, went through them records, found out we was royalty, a nation to be respected. But in this world we rejected, we hated for our complex. Still fighting to get accepted. We hear the truth and reject it, but love is getting corrected. And all my niggas correct me. The commandments, the foundation we erected. Brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. Hey, hey. Hey, hey. You, boy.
Israel, the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge, under commanding General Yohana, presents the Lord's 55th annual Passover. That's right, the Lord's 55th annual Passover is rapidly approaching. Commanding General Yohana is calling for all blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans to remember what the Lord did for us by saving us from our oppressors and choosing us to be a special people unto Him, the real Jews and Israelites. Passover will be held in Durham, North Carolina. Pay your Passover fee. Anyone 17 years of age or older must pay $200. Come and enjoy fresh lamb, unleavened bread, and the Spirit of Christ. Can't wait to see you all there, Israel. Shalom.
Cabins on streets and corners, all is feeling righteous. Real particular, nobody else there to compare to. Train for war, men of war, and war like apparel. Prefer our leaders.